The people at Truckstop done teamed up with the boy Mark the Mentor. Are you ready to take your trucking business to the next level? With Truckstop Pro, you get access to the best load board in the game, giving you the tools to find higher paying loads and streamline your operation. And right now, you can try the Pro plan free for 30 days, a $159 value. Click the link in the description to claim your free Pro plan and start making smarter moves for your trucking business today.
Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults, as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say viewer discretion is advised.
What's going on? How's everybody doing? Come on in, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on all post notifications. Give me 1 second. We got some people in the back. Look, if you're in the back, I need to see you. None of that in the dark stuff. None of that in the dark. You're not doing nothing in the dark. Please turn your lights on. Turn your lights on. Turn your lights on. Turn your lights on. Yeah, give me 1 second. I can't see you. You gotta turn your lights on. Turn your lights on. I'm gonna do this roll call. Hopefully you get your lights on by the time I finish. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Come on in, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Shout out to everybody. Who we got? Who we got? Fly Guy Hack. What's up? What's up? What's up? We got T Beezy. What's going on? We got Ty in the building. What's going on? Kirk in the building. What's going on? I get paid to wait. What's going on? T Beezy. What's up? What's up? What's up? Shout out to all the MGMs. Shout out to all the moderators. Isty Walt. What's up? Lonnie 2K. What's up? What's up? Craig Freeman. Mike 360. What's up? Brian Blake. Axel. The long intro reminds me. Oh, Axel, when you build your channel, let me explain something to you, because Axel keep telling me this. It was this guy called Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels. I used to watch Kevin Samuels during the pandemic. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels would make people wait damn near 30 minutes. And guess what? They would wait. Whatever he was doing, that 30 minutes when he was playing that, what was that Kevin Samuels used to play, that the little Hispanic chick dancing, people would wait. Why? Because they knew they was in for a good show. All right. The little 5 or 6 minutes while I'm still getting shit together in production, what's the big deal? It'd be different if I was playing that. You know why actually you don't like it? Because you don't resonate with the choice of music. You don't resonate. You don't know what the hell is playing. You should have been here last week. I played Freddie Mercury and Queen. You missed that show. You should have been here last week. You would have enjoyed the intro. All right. You would have enjoyed the intro last week. This week, it wasn't for you. That was a message. There was a message in the music. Actually, you wouldn't understand. You ain't part of the culture. It's okay, though. We're going to get you up to speed. Shout out to Brian Blake. Come on in. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Shout out to Rio. What's going on? Sosa, not Sammy. What's the deal? Dave, what's going on? Shout out to Edie. What's up? Person in the back, listen, I'm not talking to nobody in the dark. You got to turn your lights on, pimp. Shout out to Moving Company Hustle. Shout out to Marcellus. Let me see. Slater, what's up? Shout out to Asma Rowland. Shout out to Jason Rowland representing the crib. Shout out to Spoken representing Michigan. Shout out to, not putting no Motley Crue or no AC/DC, y'all. There's nothing. Now, I may play some Guns N' Roses. You know what I'm saying? I may play some Aerosmith. Not going to play no Motley Crue or no AC/DC. I never liked Motley Crue. I wasn't a fan of Motley Crue. Wasn't a fan of AC/DC. I like Guns N' Roses. I liked Aerosmith. I liked Queen. I liked a few other groups back in that day. AC/DC wasn't a fan of. I like a little U2. I like Rolling Stones. Let me see. There we go. I don't like AC/DC. Sorry. I like Run DMC and Eazy-E, but I didn't feel like playing Run DMC and Eazy-E today. All right, so we got a call in the back. I mean, I don't understand what's going on. You gotta turn Anthony Miller. You have to turn your lights on, pimp. You gotta turn your lights on. I can't. You in the dark, pimp. You gotta unmute yourself and you have to turn your lights on. Anthony Miller. Calling Anthony Miller in the back. Anthony Miller in the back. You gotta turn your light on and you gotta unmute your mic. Anybody else want to call in? Now's the time. Link pinned to the top of the chat. First come, first serve. I think I'm only gonna take 2 callers today. I'm not really. I was gonna take today off, but people in the Discord kind of encouraged me, so I'm here. I really wanted to just chill, so I'm here. I'm here. Link pinned to the top of the chat. Anthony Miller is in the back, chilling in the dark. He been chilling back there since we was playing G Unit. Before we got to Sholly Poppy. He been chilling in the back since we was playing G Unit. You gotta come out the dark, pimp. You gotta step into the light. You gotta make sure you ain't no op. Gotta make sure you ain't one of the inops. You dig? Link pinned to the top of the chat. Anybody else want to call up while Anthony Miller is getting his cameras together or his whatever he got going on back here in the dark? Anthony Miller, you got to come out the dark. Come out the darkness, Anthony Miller. Step into the light. Come out the dark. Step into the light. And unmute your mic. Anybody else, you can beat him to the punch. Anybody else wanna come up while he getting his mic and his camera together? You're welcome to it. I'm probably only gonna take 2 calls. I heard him like when the music and stuff was playing during the intro. I heard him coughing and stuff in the background. Then he muted his mic. I don't know. Anybody else? Now is the time. Now is the time. This guy's literally in the dark. We'll give him some chance to get his. Anybody else? Link pinned to the top of the chat. Link pinned to the top of the chat. Let me put it here too. What's this, episode 19? Yep. Beat says Afrobeat. Sholly Poppy. Name of the song is Laho. 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 Let's see. Did he get his stuff together yet? Let me make sure. Nope. He's still fumbling in the dark. Doing it in the dark. Doing it in the park. Doing it after dark. Oh, yeah. At Nut Creek Park. Oh, yeah. Come on, Anthony, you got to come out the dark. I heard you coughing and stuff. Anybody else want to come up? While Anthony is getting his camera and microphone together. Now is the time. Link pinned to the top of the chat. Let's try not to hit that 20-minute buffer like we always do, and then everybody call up all at one time. Doing it in the dark. Doing it in the park. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to listen to that when I get off the stream. Doing it in the park. Doing it after dark. Link pinned to the top of the chat. What's going on, buddy ass tweaking. You said Rock Creek Park. I always say Nut Creek Park, Jordan. Ever since I was a kid, I always used to say at Nut Creek Park. I always say Nut Creek Park. Don't you know how when you a kid and you hear a song, you don't know that the all the lyrics word by word, and you just make something up, and then it just stick with you forever and ever and ever. And then when you found out the right words, you just still say it the way you want to say it and shit. That's one. that's one of them songs where I'm just still saying it from when I was a kid. Y'all saying it's CJ? Man, that ain't CJ. Man, CJ, is this you calling me in the dark under an alias? CJ, are you calling me in the dark under an alias name? Come on now, CJ. That shit over with. We beat you already. You gotta let go. That ain't CJ, y'all. Y'all tweaking, man. Stop tweaking, man. Stop tweaking, man. Buddy,
You tweaking.
Buddy ass been quiet, man. I don't want no smoke with Buddy. Buddy ass probably somewhere Sunday night, some soccer games on. Buddy ass probably tossing up a Bacardi. What was that he was drinking? Bacardi? Buddy ass probably somewhere with his feet kicked up, getting ready for tomorrow, right? Getting ready for a dolly tomorrow. Got him a Bacardi, a little pint of Bacardi, and he's somewhere laughing, drinking Bacardi, just laughing hysterically, minding his business. That ain't him. He ain't worried about me. Y'all tweaking. Y'all stop that. Y'all trying to start something, man. Leave that shit. Leave that shit alone. We know what he doing. He drinking that Bacardi. He ain't worried about me. This ain't CJ. CJ, is this you in the dark calling me? Come on now. Come out the dark. Come into the light. That ain't him. Link pinned to the top of the chat, man. Call in show. That ain't CJ. Y'all tweaking. Y'all tweaking. He getting ready to for his refrigerators just got to get picked up next week. He ain't worried about me. Y'all trying to start some trouble. Y'all trying to get me into some mess. Stop peer pressuring me, please. Anthony, a.k.a. St. Anthony, a.k.a. Father CJ. Yeah, we ain't worried about CJ. Yeah, it ain't CJ. There's somebody else in the back that's stumbling. A minute ago, they was coughing. I heard them. They trying to figure out how to, they trying to figure out how to work the, they trying to figure out how to work the app, I believe. We got 120 people in here. We waiting for whoever this is in the dark to figure it out. Otherwise, anybody else can call up and I'll bump you. Why this person figures. I heard them talking a minute ago. They trying to figure it out. So anybody else want to call up while this person figures the stuff out, we'll get you in. All right. Hello?
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
I'm blessed. I can't complain.
Okay, we with the Mo 3 sector. What's up?
You said you went to who?
Mo 3 sector.
What's that?
It's a movement. It's just a way of life. It's long live 3. Mo motherfucker 3, nigga. Like that. You know what I'm saying? Can you say that real quick? Can you say Mo motherfucker 3?
You tweaking on everything I
No, I'm being
love.
serious. I'm being serious.
You tweaking.
No, I'm being
What's
dead ass serious. No, I'm being
where
serious.
you tweaking though?
Dallas, Texas. Long live 3. Just say long live 3.
I know
Just say
what you
long live
said.
3 for me. One
I
time, just
know
say long live 3.
who.
Long
I'm
live
from the
3.
crib.
Long
I'm
live
from the
3.
crib.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
from the
about. Throw them
crib.
threes up. Yeah.
I ain't from
Say
Dallas,
long live 3.
Texas. I know who I know who he
Say
is.
long live 3. Let me hear you say it. Long live 3.
Why I gotta say it for?
No, it's a movement. You just gotta say it. Long live 3. 1, 2, 3. Long live 3. Go.
I can't even see
Go, go,
you.
go, go.
Come,
No, Harry,
come,
Harry, Harry. You only
come,
got a little bit of
come.
time. Come on, please.
No, I don't. I got all the time in the world. Come on the camera and I'll say it.
Long live 3. Long live 3.
Come on the camera and I'll say it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
No,
about. Long live 3.
come on the camera. I can't see you.
Okay, long live 3.
Man, you got to come on the
Them
camera.
gorillas, baby. Them gorillas coming. They coming. Come on, Harry.
What gorillas?
Long live 3.
I'm not finna say that. Tweaking. These people be tweaking, bro. Tweaking. That's listen. See, I keep telling y'all. See, now let me tell you what a middle American would have did. They would have said the shit. See, you can tell when a motherfucker really from some shit and when a motherfucker middle American. I don't intertwine in Dallas politics. That shit ain't got shit to do with me. I don't live in Dallas. That's Dallas business. That's Dallas street politics. I am not from Dallas. I'm not from Dallas. You want to get me to say some shit. I'm not on that side or that side. I'm not from Dallas. That's Dallas street politics. It ain't got shit to do with me. See, now, middle American who don't know no better, they would have just said the shit. They just said some shit that they don't know what they talking about. Long live 3. They would have just said some shit, not knowing what they saying. Mimi said they confused. Right, I know you confused because you don't know what it meant, what she was talking about. A lot of people probably in here don't know what it is, but I'm tapped in everywhere. I'm not saying that. I ain't got nothing to do. Dallas street politics ain't got shit to do with me. I don't live in Dallas. So I'm not gonna validate one side over the other because that shit ain't got shit to do with me. Link put to the top of the chat though. Somebody says it gang related. Somebody said I'm confused. You said you know what it means, but you confused on where it fit. That's what I'm confused. What do you want me to? What you want me to? See, I'm getting them text messages. Them hitters is text messaging me like, "Hey, hey, man, what we on? Hold on." You know, I got a lot of family from the crib that live in Dallas. I got a lot of family from the crib that live in Dallas. Isaiah said they think it's gang. No, it ain't. It ain't gang. We waiting on somebody to come up. Man, buddy ass still in the back, in the dark, just chilling. Oh no, he go. No, he's still back here. He's still back here. We still got Anthony Miller in the back, just chilling in the dark. I heard him coughing a little while ago. Now he ain't saying nothing. So, all right, we still waiting on somebody to call. I ain't got nothing to talk about today. It's call-in show, so we just gonna see who call up. Go from there. Brian Blake on call-in show days. I'm illiterate. I can't read. And I'm legally blind. You got to hit the link. I can only hear on call-in show days. I become legally blind. I'm legally blind. That legally blind, that girl, she from Texas too. I'm legally blind. Oh shit. We had 100 and some people in here a minute ago. They waiting on somebody to call up. Me too. Shit. Buddy ass in the back, still sitting in the dark and shit. Said, give us a good Bible verse. Honor thy mother and thy father, for thy days will be long in the land of the Lord. That's a great verse. That's a great verse. Honor thy mother and thy father, for thy days will be long in the land of the Lord. Hey, look, as soon as I said the Bible verse, somebody hit the thumbs down button. I'm telling you, the devil in here. As soon as I said that Bible verse, 2 people hit the thumbs down button. And guess what? I said a good Bible verse too. Honor thy mother and thy father, for thy days will be long in the land of the Lord. So you got the devil in here, and you got people who don't honor their mama and their daddy. You say a Bible verse and people get upset. Tell you the devil was alive and well. Y'all said it was CJ. It wasn't CJ. It was a bunch of devil worshiping people. That goes some more right there. Y'all gotta be careful. It's a lot of bad people out here that don't believe, and they keep coming. I'm telling you, it's a bunch of bad people in here. They still coming. Somebody asked me to say a good Bible verse, and I gave them a good one. And here they come, still coming. I'm telling you. They ain't atheists, they devil worshipers. I'm legally blind. I can't see. I can't see nothing on call-in show day. You gotta hit the link. No weapon formed me shall No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. God dang on it. Still waiting on somebody to hit the link. Anthony's still in the back in the dark. Got a bunch of devil worshiping atheist people in here too. So I don't know. We might be in for a good one. One of them people that don't believe in God. When Axel asked me to say a Bible verse, they got upset when I said, "Honor thy mother and thy father, for the days will be long in the land of the Lord." Why one of y'all hit the link? I'm curious to hear what y'all got to say. I'm curious to hear what one of y'all got to say. I bet you won't want to now one of them hit the link. I bet you. I bet you. I bet you won't. I bet everything. On everything I love. I bet one of them won't hit the link. I bet you they won't. You know, I ain't feeling the energy. I ain't feeling the spirit. The spirit. It's a lot of negative people in here. It's negative energy. The negative energy is in here. They mad. They mad. They mad. They mad that the rates is bad. They mad that it's fucked up for them. Uh-oh. It might be one of them. Let's see. Let's see. Uh-oh, this might be one. He might look like one. Hold on, let me see. Let me see him in the back. Let me see if he look like one of them. He look like one of them. Let me see. Let's see what we got here. What's up, big dog?
What's up, man? Can you hear me?
I hear you. You one of them?
Nah, man. I just came
Okay.
here to get some energy because everybody else was. Nah, man. Everybody else was afraid to get on, man. So I was like, let me get on here real quick,
Nah,
man.
it's a few people calling up now though, but you called in first, so they gotta wait their turn. What's going on though, big dog?
Hey, really wanted to I've been driving a Sprinter van for a minute and was thinking about getting into the box truck game. Just wanted to think, is that a good move? I have a Class A, drove big rigs for 20 years, but really don't want to deal with the DOT regulations and stuff, man. That's why I got the Sprinter van. But just trying to see what you think. I mean, and to me, the box trucks just break down all the time. Just want to get your thoughts, man. I've been doing some studying, some research just on the box truck game, but I don't know.
I mean, everything break down, dog. So if that's what's hindering you, then I don't know, your van will break down. But how you doing in your van?
Van's good. Van's been good. I've been doing it since coming up on a year now. Got the authority and stuff. Authority's about a year now, but it's just looking at, the Sprinter van's just gonna have you at a certain cap as far as money. So it was just looking at, going into the box truck. But then I'm like, if I do a box truck, I might as well go all the way up to an 18 wheeler. So I don't know. It's fun driving the van,
Well,
but just not having those regulations because sometimes you got to get out there. You want to hit those 16, 17-hour days, and you're not gonna be able to do that in the box truck in the rig.
you got a CDL, you said, right? You came out of a rig, right?
Yes, sir.
So then you might as well say with the if the regulations are what got you out, what forced you into a Sprinter van, then ain't no sense of going to a box truck. You still gonna be regulated.
Right.
Might as well stay
Right.
where you at.
I mean, it's grabbing on me, man. Because I said it like a year ago, I will never just doing DOT for so many years, and them troopers, man, they out there to make money, and they get you and tag you for everything. Even you can go on there with the cleanest, well-maintained vehicle and still go down in flames.
Yeah. I mean, based on the reason why you said you went to the cargo van, then I would just stay there.
Okay.
No, you went
Right on.
you ran from regulations, but now you want to go back to the regulations just so that you could probably feel the same way and run again. Just stand where you at.
Yeah, I mean, I know the regulation's pretty good, and everything. I mean, that's not the issue. It's just like that hassle. And I like to run, you know what I mean? And you can't do that now, since they passed some laws back in 2013, with the ELDs, and you can't run like you used to be able to. You got to take them 10 hours off, and I like to drive, and
So
can't
man,
do it now. You can't
so
do it.
basically you saying you can't cheat no more.
Yeah, you can't. Just can't do it
no more. Yeah. It's the cards you dealt, big dog. You gotta,
I
know
know.
what I'm saying? You gotta deal with the cards you dealt. I mean, if you get enjoyment out of driving the cargo van, with less regulations, I would just honestly say stick with that. You know.
Right on. Right on.
I would
All
just
right,
stick with
yeah,
that.
and just want to say enjoy your content. Just wanted to get on here, just when nobody else is getting in or nothing like that. So just wanted to come on in here and just say what's up and just ask you what your thoughts were on that, and let everybody else get to it since everybody else afraid to jump on, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it though. Appreciate you.
Right on. I'll continue to watch, see who you roast tonight, man.
I don't be roasting nobody. I want to roast one of these devil worshippers that's in here. When I said that Bible scripture, they just started hitting the thumb down. I want to talk to one of them.
I tell you what though, the thing with the old buddy CJ, when I was watching this content when I first got into the Sprinter Van game, I used to be a transportation manager back in the days, and I looked at that dude without knowing anything about him, just the stuff he used to complain about in the very beginning, and I said, that's a dude I'll fire. I just want to be real with you real quick, because he complained a lot, even more than probably what you know. I used to say that, like, man, this dude complained. Like, he was a dude I probably would have fired on the job. I hate to say that, but and then to see what's going on now with it, that's you got the devil worshippers there and everything, but yeah.
Yeah, they in here. They calling now. It's probably them calling now. We'll see though.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you get to them though.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Who is this? This guy keep calling. Hey, we can't see you, big dog. We gotta turn your light on. I hear you, but we can't see you. You gotta turn your light on. Chandler. Chandler. I can't see you, Hey, Chandler, I can't see you, dog. Yeah, I do. We can't have a conversation if I can't see you. All right, well, then we don't got to talk.
So tell me what you believe in the Bible for, huh?
Why I believe in the Bible?
Yeah, what you believe in it for?
Hey, man, I ain't got to talk to you. Why you don't believe in it? Why you don't? You the nigga that's scared. You in the dark. Listen, you see me, big dog. You in the dark. You in the dark. So how am I scared when you in the dark? You in the dark. You don't want to be seen. You don't want to be seen. You in the dark. Nigga, I ain't scared of the dark. Nigga, I turn the lights off every night when I go to sleep. Nigga, you scared. I bet you won't turn that light on. I bet you won't turn that light on. I bet you won't turn that light on. I bet you won't turn. Nah, you scared of me. You scared of me. You scared of me. Yeah, turn that light on so I can see your face. Turn that light on so yeah, cause you won't let me see what you look like. Let me see what you look like. I know, cause you scared. You scared. You scared. You scared. You scared. Why you? Okay, yeah. You can't say nobody's scared of the dark, nigga. I cut the lights off when I go to sleep at night. I sleep like a baby. I sleep like a baby in the dark. What you talking about? I sleep like a baby in the dark. I sleep like a baby.
Did you think that us people will come on here? No. So tell me what you believe in God for. You don't even know why.
I didn't hear what you said. I was talking over you. So say that again.
Well, what you believe in God for?
Why I believe in God? What kind of question is that?
What God do you believe in?
Why you believe in the devil?
I don't believe in the devil.
Why you don't believe in God?
What God do you believe in?
What? Hold on. Well, why are you an atheist?
Why would you call me the devil when you don't even know who I am?
You don't even know who I am.
God, that's the devil. Matter of fact, you worship the devil.
No, I don't. I worship God. I believe in God.
What makes you think God love you?
Hey man, listen. I can't talk to nobody that's sitting in the dark. That's scary. Like man, no, nigga, you scared of the dark.
Scared of the dark, nigga. Talk about I'm scared of the dark.
Nigga, you scared. You in the dark. You in the dark. You in the dark. Is you in the dark because you can't afford your light bill? Is that why you in the dark? Cause you poor?
I just don't feel like having a light
All right, well then, nigga, you a scary nigga. Cause you won't let me see what you look like. You can't have a conversation with a man. You want to sit in the dark and conceal your identity. You scared. You a scary motherfucker. Scary motherfucker. All right, but come on. I'm gonna kick it with you for a little bit. What else you want? What else you want to talk about?
Tell me. So you said honor your mother and father, right? So what does the Bible say to parents who don't honor their children? What does it say in there? What does it say about that?
Hold on. Let me ask you this. How long were you watching me before that person that was in the chat that asked me to give a Bible verse, and then when I gave that Bible verse and you hit the thumbs down button, how long prior to that had you been watching me?
Well, it pretend to be fake, like we supposed to honor somebody.
No, Big Dog. What, Big Dog? I asked you a question. Did you just scroll and see the channel, or did you been watching the channel? All right, so somebody in the chat say, man, Mark, give me a Bible verse. I give them a Bible verse, and then you get mad. So if you know I'm a Christian and you've been watching me and you're mad that I'm a Christian, why are you suddenly mad that I'm a Christian? Why today?
Are you a Christian?
Yeah. So you got mad because I said honor thy mother and thy father, for the days will be long in the land of the Lord? You asking me, why should I honor my mother and my father? Why you think? They brought me into this world. You sitting in the dark. You a dark sitter. You sit in the dark. You talk about motherfuckers scared of the dark. Nigga, you scared of me. You scared to cut that camera on so I can see what you look like. You ain't one of them guys. How can I have a conversation with someone who is scared to reveal their identity? You won't even cut the light on. Now, you may not be able to cut the light on because you ain't paid your light bill. You might be po. You one of these motherfuckers running around here complaining, talking about some cheap freight. All right? You one of these motherfuckers that's running around here with the PPP and the pandemic. They ran through the PPP. And now you running around here talking about some cheap freight. All right, nigga, because I can say what I want to say, nigga. You in the dark. You can't talk to me. You in the dark.
First of all, I don't know about cheap freight.
Yeah, I'm tweaking. I'm on that. Yeah, I'm on that. Yeah, you mad because we honored our mother and our father? Nigga, please. Talking about scared of the dark. Nigga, stay in the dark. Nigga, I like the light. Woo, I like the light. Woo, I love the light. Yeah. Yeah, you in the dark. Nigga, look at you. You sitting in the dark. Dark than a motherfucker over there. Miserable. Miserable than a motherfucker over there in the dark. You miserable than a motherfucker in the dark. Miserable. You are miserable. You are a miserable person. What are you talking about? Because you in the dark? Wait
a minute. You mean to tell me you close your eyes, you sleep with the lights on? Is that what you do?
Hell no. I turn the lights off.
Wait. I'm in the dark. So sleeping in the dark is actually the devil? Is that what you're saying?
No, I said when hey man, listen, I ain't got time to play with you. You a kid to me, big dog. You a kid. They just
because you're in your 40s, you somehow mature. You a kid. There's a lot of 4-year-olds that act very immature.
Hold on. Well, I'm tweaking with you right now just for the sake of it, to pass the time by. What else you want to talk about, bro?
So I want to see why. What does the Bible say to parents, right, who abuse their children? What's the Bible verse in that?
You tell me, big dog.
No, you tell me.
You tell me. Yeah, I'm a Christian. Yeah. So are you a Christian? Are you a Christian? Are you a Christian?
No, I never will be.
Okay. Well, so why are you upset? Because someone asked me a question in the chat and I answered their question, and then you get mad at me because I answered somebody's question and you didn't like it. So you're mad. I'm not mad at whatever, hold on, listen to me. Whatever it is that you are, I'm not mad at you for that. Whatever it is that you are, that's fine because that's you. So Man, go live your life and be happy.
I didn't say I was mad. I'm just saying.
Cause you don't want to talk about nothing that's pertaining to
God, are you?
trucking. I've given you enough of my time.
I came over here to prove you wrong. I came with a link to talk to you. You the one who said that.
Bro, how can I talk to a check it out, pimp.
So,
Here, we can talk.
hey,
Here we can talk. But here's the thing. Hold on. We can talk, but it's got to be on my terms.
yeah, you gonna judge a person of what he thinks and call him a devil worshiper. But yeah, you're a Christian, right? You're supposed to be a
Hold on.
Christian.
Hold on. Who did I call that to?
You said they're devil worshippers. So if they don't believe in God, that's what you said, right?
Okay, when did I say? Hold on. We finna get there. How did I say it? Hold on, bro. I know what you getting at, but how did I say it?
The way you said it.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you're not a devil worshiper, then it don't pertain to you. Hold on. It was a troll for engagement and satire, bro. When people in the chat was joking about CJ, I just rolled with the running joke that was in the chat. See, y'all people that are getting your feelings about shit that don't even be serious like that, like for real, like know the difference between satire versus real life. The people in the chat started a joke. I ran with the joke. Why? Because I could sit up here and just sit up here mute than a motherfucker, or I can create some type of engagement and run with what's going on in the chat until somebody click the link. All right, so it is what it is, big dog. You can feel how you want to feel. Clearly, you can't decipher what's real and what's satire. But go ahead, man. You can feel how you want to feel.
I'm feeling this like her. So since you believe in God, you believe in God, right?
Do you believe in God?
No.
All right. That's your right. If you don't believe in God, you don't gotta believe in God. I'm not mad at you.
You gotta call us devil worshippers. Why you gotta say that?
Hold on. Are you a devil worshiper? All right, then I'm not talking to you.
So then, wait, if you're not talking to
Listen,
me, I don't believe
why put a shoe on that don't fit you? I could tell you in your 20s, ain't you?
that don't fit me. You did that.
Are you in your 20s?
That don't matter.
It do matter. Is you in your 20s? You ain't gotta tell me the exact age. Just tell me, are you in your 20s?
It don't matter.
All right. Well, you know what don't matter, bro. You know what don't matter? This conversation don't matter because you in the dark, bro. You ain't even a man. You can't have a conversation with a man because you scared. You a scary ass motherfucker. You scared to the motherfucker. Nigga, I'm a man. I'm a man, nigga. If you want to have a conversation, turn your lights on, pimp. Because here's the thing. If you catch me on the street, you know what I look like. You see me? You see me, big dog? Because I ain't worried about it. See, you worried. See, I'm a real man. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about none of that shit you talking about. And you can see me. You know who's saying it. So take your scary ass on somewhere. Clear my motherfucking line. All right? When you get ready to be a man and talk to a man, then hit the link again. Make sure your camera on, pimp, so we can see who you are. All right? Don't be no coward. Because a real man going to have a real conversation. And we'll be able to look each other in the eye. When you stop being a coward, then come back and holler at me. Until then, I'm going to chuck it. You dig what I'm saying? All right, anybody else? Coward ass nigga, clear my line. These cowards, man. Cats is cowards. That cat came up here thought he was finna do something. Man, get your coward ass on. It's a sucker. Fuck wrong with you, boy? You ain't even no real man. You a 20-something-year-old coward. Fuck wrong with you, boy? See, that's how you gotta do these cats. All right, who's next? Who's next? Oh shit. These niggas is funny as hell. Goofy middle American. You was a middle American. You a Middle American. Who sent you? Who sent you, son? Son, who sent you? Who sent that young man? Who sent him? Who sent him? Hey man, hey, tell dude ass to stop sending it. Tell dude to stop sending these little guys over here. Stop sending these little guys over here. For real. If you gonna send somebody that's one of them guys. I'm telling you. Listen, we got the tinkers on today. We got them tinkers on today. You did Nike Air on the back. Listen, the three heavier than the 6 because it got that elephant skin on it. It got that elephant skin on it. Better leave me alone. It only say Nike Air. We don't do Jordan brand or little Air Jordan. That's for all y'all Middle Americans. Y'all don't know better. Y'all with the what are those? We don't do those from the crib. It better say Nike Air on the back. You did. Hey, tell Buddy ass to stop sending his weakest soldiers over here, bro. They're scared to cut their light on and all this shit, bro. Come on, man. Y'all tweaking. All right, who else we got? We gonna get some box truck content, or we still fighting this war with Buddy ass on the other channel? We still fighting the war. I thought we won the war. I thought we won the war already. I'm like, man, I ain't. Yeah, I guess we got to go back in the trenches, man. Man, do we got to put this Scully back on? Do I got to go get the damn Scully and the goddamn do I got to put the all black on again? Y'all want part 3? You better tell them dude that's to leave me alone, or you going to get part 3 and part 4. Leave me alone. Link pin to the top of the chat. All right, we back. I'm sorry. I apologize. But it was entertaining. They still in here hitting the thumbs down button. Like, y'all think the thumbs down button like that means something? Like it's like it hurts or something like that? Like, all y'all people that are his followers that are like atheists and shit, that's your business. I don't care. I'm not going to never question nobody for what they believe or don't believe. All right? So, whatever, for some reason, y'all, the few little people that follow Buddy ass, y'all are like goofy. I don't have to like y'all goofy. Y'all like, first of all, y'all cowards. Anybody that want to have a conversation, call themselves a man, and then want to sit in the dark because they scary, like, you a coward. A real coward. And on the internet, how you gonna be a coward on the internet? Like, damn, nigga, can't nobody reach to the screen and touch you. So that just lets me know you a coward in real life. Sucker. Scary ass. Oh, man. He got his little minions over here today. It's cool. I bet you another one won't hit the link. I bet you another one won't hit the link. I bet you one won't hit the link with the light on. I bet you one won't hit the link with the light on. I bet you one won't hit the link with the light on. All right, let's get back to the box truck content. If one of them hit the link with the light on, then we'll give them a few minutes of our time. But other than that, in between time, let's get back to the content, man. The box truck content. Your mama. Your mama. Now what? What you gonna do? Your mama. I took it back to 89 on their ass and said, your mama. Now, let's get back to that box truck content, though. Or that Sprinter van content, that cargo van content. I'm done roasting them for right now. We'll get back to roasting them a little bit later. I'm just going back reading some of the comments. You said he sounded like Daniel. You think it was Daniel? I don't think it was Daniel. I don't think it was Daniel. It better not have been Daniel. It better not have been Daniel. I don't think it was Daniel. I'm just waiting for somebody to call in. Link pin to the top of the chat. Y'all think it was Daniel for real? I don't think it was Daniel. Could have been. Hey, Daniel, if that was you, you got a lot of growing up to do. But I don't think it was Daniel. I'm not going to put that on Daniel. Link pin to the top of the chat, though. Man, I don't need to hit the camera with nothing. Camera fine. My camera fine. Just waiting on somebody to call in. But yes, it's another dude sitting in the back in the dark. Like it's just some dark sitters today. Just sitting in the dark like a motherfucker. Just some dark sitters. Just dark, miserable, a bunch of miserable people. Yeah, you finna make me put the ski mask back on. Y'all finna make me put the ski mask back on and go back to the box Chevy. I finna have to go get the box Chevy out of storage, put the all black on, put the ski mask on, and go slide. Don't make me go slide, man. For real. Man, I want to talk trucking, man. Where we at? Where we at with it? Link pin to the top of the chat. What time is it? Oh, man. Kirk, I ain't finna. Don't talk my ear off, man. Don't talk my ear off, man. Is this that Kirk? Oh, this might be the other Kirk. Hold on.
Hey, Mark.
Yo, what up?
What's up, man? Hey, man,
What up?
they gonna get you, man.
They ain't gonna get me. How can a coward, man? Listen, a coward can't do nothing. He's a coward. He's coward ass.
Hey, Daniel. Hey, that ain't Daniel, man. That CJ said one of his church money for you, man.
He sent one of his cowards. If he sent anybody, buddy ass was a coward, sucker, coward, sitting in the dark.
CJ the man coaching him, man.
Don't you ever send nobody in the dark to talk to me.
Oh, man.
Fuck wrong with buddy ass in the dark? Scary ass.
Man, I'm telling you. I'm dying, man. Don't let that get you off your square, man. What's going on, man?
I ain't on my square. You see me, I'm chilling. How can a person that's scared? You are scared. You in the dark. You scary ass nigga.
Let me turn my phone around, man.
Sitting in the dark. Want to sit in the dark and have a conversation. If you don't get your scary ass on somewhere.
You say you don't like you say you don't like God, but you have a problem with your statement.
So that's his personal problem. That's a personal problem. I can't listen. These little shorty dude else was a shorty. These shorties be in their feelings. Goof ass boy.
Right.
You could tell he wasn't no man because he was scared to turn his camera. He was scared to be seen. Hey, man, sit his goofy ass down somewhere.
Yeah. Man, I'm over here, man. Just chilling out, man. You know, I'm dropping a load tomorrow. Over here in St. Louis, chilling out. You know it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it's bad out here, man. It ain't no load, man. Ain't no load out here, Mark.
Hey, man,
it's
they'll be
bad
all right.
Out here, man.
They gonna
Rate is low.
Hey.
Huh?
That's why they in the dark. Mad as hell. They done lost faith. They done lost faith. That's what it was. Motherfucker done lost faith and they done flipped to the dark side. They done went to the dark side because they done lost faith. They lost faith in God, so they
Yeah.
flipped to the dark side.
Yeah, the rate is low and ain't no load out here, man. It's bad out here, bro. They're scrambling.
It's great out here. I love this. I told you it was going to get bad. It's going to get worse. See, they didn't believe me when I said it was going to get bad.
Worse.
It's going to get real worse. I can't wait. Oh man, we're going to go on a shopping spree.
You wishing for the worst to come for people, man? What kind of thing is that?
No, not for people. Not for people. Yeah, we need the economy.
Talking about the economy.
Yeah, we need it to go down. Listen.
It ain't going down though.
I know we need to go down more. We needed to go down more.
Man, ain't nobody gonna survive that though, Mark. Come on, man.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. It's a lot of cash on hand out here, Kurt. It is cash on hand out here.
Mark, come on,
Listen,
man. You got guys.
No, Kurt.
Man, Mark, you got guys all here that's on their loss, man.
Listen, that sound personal. That's a personal problem. See, we don't worry about what other people like. I'm never gonna go on somebody's channel and worry about who they believe in and what they believe in and what they got, because we got our own shit going on. So check this out.
Right.
We need this shit to come wipe all this cleanse. We need a cleansing in the form of a correction. Right? Once we cleanse everything and get this correction, the strong will survive and the weak will perish. And then what happens? The people that have cash on hand will reinfuse the economy, and things were going to go back up. But see, we're going to be able to buy things at a very low cost because we like to buy at the bottom and sell at the top.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of people that are in the dark right now, like the person who just called up, because they bought at the top. See, they bought in 2021. They bought at the top and they mad. I need you to fail. Like the guy that just came, I want him to fail.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, you already seeing people failing on here already, man.
Hey, listen. The guy that just called up in the dark, we need him to go ahead and get up out the way. And look, can you see me, Kurt? Look at me. Look at me. No, can you see me? Can you see me? Am I hiding?
Yeah.
Can you see me? I said it.
So let me ask you a question, Mark. Let me ask you this. How long you think they're going to be able to survive, because the crash is coming, right?
Kurt, here's the thing. This is all jokes aside. I was serious a second ago, but I was joking. I was being theatrical. But here's the thing. This is the way shit goes. This is just the way things work, Kurt. Every so many years, there's always a cycle. We have to have a correction. In order for things to get better, they have to get worse. We need to bottom out, right? So then there's no way to go but up, right? The people that have cash on hands are going to be the people that are going to reinfuse the economy. But in order for things to correct, they have to go all the way down, which unfortunately, there are going to be people who bite the bullet. It happens every so many years. It's just what it is. Unfortunately, they've been propping it up. If they would have let this thing crash a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, we would have been in an upward swing more than likely already. But nonetheless, it's here. It's here now. So this is a good thing. This is healthy.
Yeah, but man, there's a lot of people that is hanging on their last right now, man. How are they gonna, you know what I mean?
Listen, and I'm not talking about rates. I'm talking about the economy in general. I'm talking about everything. I'm not talking about rates. I'm talking about the economy. All right.
No, I'm talking about the economy, right?
Right. That's what I'm talking about. So you said it's people out here on their last. I know.
Yeah, Kurt, there's people out here on their last.
I see tents going up all the time. I see new tents. Chicago ain't a city known for tent cities. I see tent cities under viaducts all alongside the expressway. It's a lot has happened. The cost of living is very high. It's unfortunate, but it's a constant reminder of, proper choices and decisions.
But what would you tell those people? Is it going to be too late to like tell them any what to prepare for? Because they don't have cash on their hands. So what are they going to do? I mean,
I
if
can't
I don't come up with,
I can't talk to those people. I'm not talking to those people. I talk to the people who want to win. The people who don't want to win, I'm not the person they should watch. They're gonna feel bad listening to me.
no, but I'm saying if I got a, let's say I got a box truck, right? I ain't got no money, and I'm renting, or I just got, I don't have that capital coming in. I don't have
Hmm.
the cash like you're saying. How I'm gonna survive this? What
You probably
advice would you give that person then if they're not in that situation? You know what I mean?
they gotta go get a job.
You saying they gotta go get a 9 to 5 job, or what if people
Here,
are
here,
not gonna
here.
go back and get a job?
That's a personal problem. Let me tell you something. A job is gonna be like gold in 10, 15
I'm good.
years.
All right.
So
Thanks, man. So you said they gotta go get a job.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but most people once they start their business, man, they're not going back to go get a job because
But you said if the business fails. You said if the business fails, right? That's what you
yeah,
just said.
if the business fail, but a lot of people still ain't gonna try to get a
So
job. They're
if the
gonna try
business
to.
if the business fails, then what else are they gotta do? They gonna go get a job, or they gonna have to go find a place where they can pitch a tent.
You said picture 10. Man, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Kurt, it's what it is. It's either you work or you starve. So you said if the business fails, then the option is to go work. You gotta go get a job. I don't understand why a job is such a bad thing, bro. Like, why is that a bad thing? Why is working a
Because
job a bad
because
thing?
because because most people now are taught to be independent. You know what I mean? So with all that independence, you know, yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, but here's the thing: everybody can't be a boss. That's why the failure rate is so high. It's not enough. It's not like everybody can't be a boss. We need people to work. See, that's the beautiful thing about the economy.
Hmm.
Where you're strong at is where you'll win and you'll survive at. Where you're weak at, you won't. Some people are good movers. Some people can't move. Some people are good at good blue collar, hard labor work. Some people are good at white collar work.
Hmm.
Some people are good in business. Some people are good in math. Some people aren't. Every industry is going to weed out the weak individuals. It's going to
Well, let me
cycle
ask you
every.
this question then. Do you think they should start to prepare now then instead of wait for the crash to come?
If they're not
Just kind
prepared,
of do it.
if they're not prepared, shame on them because you should always be prepared. You
Hmm.
shouldn't try to get prepared. You should be prepared and preparing yourself since day one. We fall under the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. See, we under the 5 P's. We under the act. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. We under the act. You dig what I'm saying? So
Right.
just off principles from where I come from, understanding we already falling under the act. So we don't have to get prepared because we already prepared because we prepared properly from the initiation, since from the inception.
So you're saying that they right now, while they can, they should just go get a job and just prepared for. Because I'm telling you, there's a lot of people are not prepared. So I get what you're saying. You know what I mean? So you're saying right now, if they're not gonna, don't wait until it crash. Just go get a job right now. So that way, when the crash happen, it doesn't hit you that hard.
If you struggling now, if you like really, really struggling bad now, and you like in that, man, Joe, I don't know what I'm going to do. It's
Hmm.
probably the likelihood of you probably surviving what's to come is probably not good. And that's just
But
my
look, I
that's
I know a couple. I know a couple right now where some guys are working, but the wife is not working, or the wife is probably just doing a not nothing major that's gonna generate a big income. But they start those business back in the pandemic, so now they got that shit ain't the same no more. Um, the husband and, they start to feel a crunch, and of course, the overspending, the accumulate a lot of shit that they're not supposed to. Um, you're saying that those people should just right now just go get a job, because if you wait until the hit, the market go down, which is going to go down because it's crazy out here right now with the rates and all the shit that's going on. So a lot of those people you said should just go out and just go get a job and just prepared for what to come rather than try to ride it out. I try to talk to a couple of my people, but that's what I'm saying. They're so independent. They got that independent mindset. They don't want to let it go.
I don't know what to tell them, bro. I don't like. I'm not. I don't. Whatever people want to do, that's what they want to do. Like I don't even like. I like.
Right.
I'm not invested in what people want to do or don't want to do. I see what it is out here. I see how mindsets have changed. The unfortunate thing is the mindset that has been influenced, especially on a lot of the younger people. The unfortunate thing is a lot of them ain't gonna. They not gonna that thought that they have in their head of where they want to get to from being a business owner. Majority of those people ain't gonna get there, and that's just not me telling you. That's statistics telling you that. But even when you look at the mindset of people that just even that I talk to, they don't have that. They don't have that business mindset. They don't have
Right.
it, and that's the unfortunate thing. So even when I talk and they be like, "Man, Mark, why would you say you want the economy to crash? Because that presents a great opportunity. I need that opportunity." They don't have a business mindset to understand that. They just think you're being a negative Nancy or a Debbie Downer. They think things go up and to the right forever. No, they don't. You win when you get the best opportunity. We look for the best opportunities. And the best opportunity right now is a correction. If you haven't set yourself up for that, then that's it's nothing wrong with that, but it's a personal problem. Ever since I started my channel, I've been saying the same thing. My content hasn't wavered. Even when I was challenged with certain things that I was forecasting, it all has come into fruition. It wasn't the fact that I wasn't right. It just wasn't right at that particular time. I'm telling you what's going to come. I'm telling you I want a correction. I'm telling you I'm hoping for this shit. I'm preparing for it. We're gonna this is gonna be a great opportunity. It might be one of the last opportunities. You never know. We'll never see another 08. We'll never see another 08 again.
Right.
When the market crashed in 2020, the prices that we saw then, we'll never see those again. As time goes on, those corrections are going to become more expensive.
Exactly right.
And as they become more expensive, they become more out of reach for the average everyday Joe. So the people that want to fuck around and they want to play around and fiddle and do all the dumb shit, those are going to be the people that's left behind. I'm cool with it. If you want to get ahead, then they're going to do what they got to do to get ahead. The people that don't, they're going to call up here in the dark on dumb shit in the dark because they're mad. All right, so stay in the dark. Stay in the dark, mad. And that's just what it is, Kirk. It is what it is, bro. You got in life, you got the haves and the have-nots. It's just the way it is. I'm not trying to be funny. I had to realize this at one point. You're going to have the people that got and then the people that don't. Right? And then there was once this little group of people in the middle. But we're starting to see that group disappear. You see what I'm saying? You got people that's working full-time careers that are fucking living in tents. You got people that work full-time careers that's calling themselves van life. They sleeping in the van. I watched a video this other day of this chick getting ready to go on a date. She lives in a van. She was decent. She was decent. I wouldn't mess with her, but she was decent. She was getting ready
Yeah.
for her date in the van. She's van life. She's still dating. She works a job, but she lives in her van. Can't afford to go nowhere. This is becoming reality. Some people are proactively looking to become van life because they can't afford to pay rent.
Yeah, it's crazy out here, man.
So if you see this going on, especially the young people, because they all on social media, so they see all these van lives and all this shit, they ignore this shit. They get a little piece of money, they go out and do some dumb shit with it.
Yeah, because they got people keep telling them that it's gonna be okay. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Mark. The social media, you know, because again, like you said, you know, early on, this is a personal problem people gonna have. I don't think people really take a look at their personal life sometime when they're making decision. They balance their life with social media. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I know what you're talking about. If shit should fall out tomorrow, you know, I got a plan, you got a plan. But there's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of people that still believe that there's gonna be a way out. You see what I'm saying?
What does it look like? Because
For them,
me and you the same age.
mm-hmm.
And it's other OGs in here. I see some. In our
Yeah,
45, 46 years, have we ever seen anything retrace? I've only seen the gap go this way.
mm-hmm.
All right. So I remember I used to cross the border and go over to Indiana and fill up for less than $1. I remember when diesel was cheaper than unleaded. So we talking about the
Right,
late 90s. We talking about the late 90s. All right. So look at what house prices were. Look at where they are now. Look how
right.
fast costs are accelerating in comparison to back in the day. It was a slow inflation growth rate. Now it's accelerating at a faster pace. What have I been saying on this channel for the longest? And all those people that were caught up in that euphoric phase of the pandemic, they used to get mad. I used to say, bro, rates are the same. Like, what are y'all talking about? You don't know what a rate looks like. You came in during the pandemic. You don't even know what a normal market looks like. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, all right, well, wait. Their cost is going up, the rates are staying the same. And they're going to continue to stay the same. They're going to continue to stay the same, but your cost is going to continue to rise. As the cost rises, it's going to become harder for you. So when I used to tell people that on this channel and all the backlash I got, I said, fuck it. Find out the hard way. I'm done. So I don't stream no more during the week. I do the Wiseman, and then I do this call-in show, and I'm done. Now, Mark, let us know. No, figure that shit out for yourself. Because when I was telling you and I was preparing, I was this, I was that, I was this, I was that. Mark straight, I'm fine.
Yeah,
When I was doing this, trying to help, being transparent, giving you the outlook, forecasting for you, showing you what to look at, giving you the reasonings why things are going to happen, people turn a blind eye. They didn't want to listen to it. I'm negative Nancy. I'm this. No, stupid motherfucker. I'm trying to warn your goofy ass so that you can prepare. Now I don't care anymore. I don't care. When you have a resource that's helping you, you give it the middle finger. All right, figure that shit out on your own.
yeah, yeah, man. I was talking to a guy the other day about the same thing. He got one box truck. His wife just retired, and All the bills is on him, and I'm telling him like this one box truck, you're not gonna make it. Like it's not. You only can do but so much with a box truck. You know, you can't pay for mortgage, car note. They got 2 cars, and I'm like trying to tell him like, bro, you're not gonna. It's not gonna last. You see what I'm saying? Like you can't. Like that shit ain't gonna. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I told him he got to probably get a different. He probably have to get a job. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of shit that people don't understand.
Hey man, that'll be all right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Can't
it's
say I didn't
crazy.
tell. Can't say I didn't tell him it was going to happen. I've been telling people. I've been telling people to prepare, but that'll be all right.
Yeah,
The
and
people that listen, they listen. The people that fought it and just didn't understand business, thinking that it's just like those people look at business like how some people like gamblers, right? How they think they can go to the casino and they're gonna sit down at a blackjack table and every hand is gonna be
mhm,
a 20 or a 21. Or they go to the roulette table and they just bet black and it's gonna always come out black, or they bet red and it's gonna always come out red, or if their favorite number is 00, they're gonna stack all their chips, and every time they spin that fucking thing, it's a 35 chance. It's a 35. It's a 1 in 35 chance it's gonna hit 00, and they think that each time it's gonna hit 00. That's just how they was looking at business like this shit was just gonna be up, 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 up and away forever. No, this shit isn't even correct at that particular time when I started telling people this shit can't sustain like this forever.
right.
All right, so those people are the people that are sitting in the dark mad. Let them stay in the dark. We need
Yeah,
those
it's
people
crazy,
anyway.
man.
Kurt, this is the truth. See, this is the truth. We need those people. Now we here now. So ain't no more. You chose your side. You chose your side. All right. You didn't want to listen to the truth. You wanted to be ignorant. You wanted to remain ignorant. You chose your side. Cool. So now the people that you chose to remain on this side of ignorance. All right. So now the other side, we looking for it because now you're on the side of the people who are knowledgeable. You're on the side that we gonna take advantage of you. We want you to remain ignorant. We need you to remain ignorant so you can lose your assets so then we can buy them.
Right,
And then if you ever do get in a chance where you can buy something again, we're going to sell it to you at the top because you choose to remain ignorant. And when shit hits the fan again, like it always does, it's going to happen to you again because you're going to go out and do what's not in your best interest because you didn't learn the first time. It's okay to make mistakes. What's not okay is to make them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. What we see is a lot of people make the same mistakes time and time and time again. They refuse to learn. Fine. You chose your side.
yeah,
Remember what I said. You got the haves, you got the
right,
have-nots.
right.
There you
Yeah,
go. That's the
it's
circle of
crazy,
life.
man.
It ain't crazy. It's life.
No, I know it's live. No, I know what you're saying. I talk to the brokers all the time. I talk to, there's a lot of people out here complaining. We talk all the time, and it's definitely going downhill, and a lot of people ain't gonna survive. A lot of people ain't gonna survive much longer, and a lot of people ain't coming back. Like it's like
But here's the
once
thing, Kurt.
once once it hit, they ain't coming back. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how shit is. It's unfortunate, but then maybe again it's not unfortunate. I don't know, but like when you are in a position where you get an opportunity, you get a chance, however you get that chance. A lot of people during the pandemic got an opportunity. They got a chance. All
Yeah.
right. They didn't take advantage of it. If you got an infusion of capital during the pandemic, whether you got it the right way or the wrong way, right? Because we saw most people got it and it got forgave. So whether you got it the right way or the wrong way, you were presented with an opportunity. All right. A lot of people took advantage of the opportunity. They thought that they were doing the right thing by starting a business, but they refused to educate themselves on how not to fail. Some people got it and then scaled, and then they also went out and bought other frivolous things. And then when the market started to correct itself, it didn't. Some people held on longer than others,
Mm-hmm.
but when you running a business, you have to keep yourself well informed and you have to educate yourself, and you can't draw off emotions. A lot of people like that when they listen, especially when they listen to me and they hear me talk like this, they get caught up in their feelings because they
Right.
it's hard to hear somebody say that, man, I want shit to crash.
Yeah.
A crash right now would be great. It would be healthy. If you want things to get better, shit has got to get worse. We like the people with money are not gonna spend it right now. People with money buy shit at the bottom. It's not the bottom right now. So the
But
longer
Mark,
the
people
people
would
with the
say that
real,
you're brutal when you say that, bro. People say
but
that you ain't got
wait,
no empathy when you say that.
why? It's not an empathy. It's the facts. It's either they know or they don't. But guess what? Whether they hear it out my mouth or don't, it's gonna happen. It's reality.
Yeah.
I would rather hear someone tell me the truth, so at least I can be prepared for it. So it won't hit me like a ton of bricks. I'll be like, whoa, what just happened? What just happened? What happened? Man, remember in '08, motherfuckers was jumping out buildings. Motherfuckers was jumping out office buildings. Motherfuckers was jumping
Yeah.
off bridges. Motherfuckers lost everything. Motherfuckers was jumping out corporate buildings.
So Mark, let me ask you a question then. For an average guy, right? For an average guy that's not, you know, he doesn't have a lot of money, how much money would a guy need to sustain the crash that's coming? If they're running a box truck, just one box truck and probably not, maybe a house payment, car payment, maybe 2, 3 kids,
Where
how much money you think they would need?
that depends on their situation. Are they out in the world on their own? Are they still at home? That all depends.
Nah, I mean a guy that has responsibility, wife and kids, you know what I mean? And running a box truck business, maybe a cargo van business, how much money do you think
One
they're gonna need
one
to
vehicle,
sustain?
owner operator.
Yeah, owner operator, maybe one truck.
That's hard to answer because I would need more details. Is the truck paid off? Is it a note on it? What's their cost? What's their cost of
No, well,
living?
most of these guys is gonna have well, let's just say, okay, well, let's say a guy got a truck payment, maybe $1,500. You know what I mean? Um, he got a route, or maybe do like the app, and then maybe run OTR, maybe mix it up. You know what I mean? Because a lot of guys ain't gonna do that moving shit that you've been talking about. A lot of people ain't gonna do that because we already see, the pushback on that. So maybe a little what they call the apps, using those apps.
The apps
So
are the apps are the supplement. You can't build a business off an app. You can't build a business off an app.
yeah, but
I think
well,
I
let's
think
just
a
say they got like a local, $800 a day run, truck payment, insurance payment, 2 kids, a wife, you know what I mean, car payment, mortgage. Like, how much money would a guy like that need when this shit happen? Because it's coming.
mm, I would say $50,000 to $100,000 liquid.
Mm.
Especially if they wife don't work, because a lot of guys nowadays, they wife don't work. Like they want to live this Yeah, my wife don't work life. And that's fine if that's what you want to do, but now you got to make a lot more money because now you got one
But
income
but is
coming
it
in.
but is it 50,000 cash? But what if they
Liquid.
got like
Liquid.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So 50 to 100,000 would be good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I hope a lot of people take your advice, man, because the shit is crazy out here. You see it everywhere. It's all over the place. You know what I mean? But
It's
yeah.
unfortunate, but we knew this was coming.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
you know, the last sign that people had, and I said it, was like the tariffs. I said, "Oh, this is gonna get worse before it gets better because there's gonna be pushback." We already knew
Yeah.
this. We listen before the tariffs. We knew something had to give. We knew we needed a correction, right? We couldn't. Jerome Powell been propping up the economy for 2 years now, almost 3 years. He's been
Yeah.
propping it up. He thought he was going to be able to prop the economy up and come in for this soft landing, and things don't work like that. With the amount
Mm-hmm.
of inflation that we went through, we have to go through a recession. We have to go. We have to. It's just we have to do it.
Right, right.
Like we have to bottom out. We need to cleanse everything. We need to correct everything so that
Mm-hmm.
we can grow. We need the people with the real cash on hand to start spending. They're not gonna buy this shit now. We saw a cycle last year. We didn't see no retail money come in. None. We seen liquidity change from seasoned investors and institutions. We didn't see any retail money come in. Why? Because retail doesn't have any money right now. And if you don't know, I'm not
Right.
talking about clothes. So the people that don't know what type of retail I'm talking about, this type of conversation ain't for you. This is above. This is above your thought. You're gonna get there one day. You're gonna get there. But this is the shit I'm talking about. You see
Right,
what I'm saying?
right.
So we've seen a cycle come where no retail money came in.
Uh-huh.
Another indicator. There's so many indicators.
Mm-hmm.
I knew something was wrong. That's why I said, let me take my money. I took my money out last April. I'm glad I did. I remember when I said
Mm-hmm.
it in the damn members only chat. The chat got quiet because people didn't understand. It was like, damn, it's kind of early. I just didn't. I did. Shit wasn't going like normally. Now in hindsight, we see the cycle went in reverse. The cycle went in reverse because we
So
seen
everybody
we
should
see.
just seize on their spending right now then. Everybody should
Here's
just hold off and
here's the thing. Ain't no C's on their spending. A lot of people don't have anything to spend the C's. They don't have nothing to seize. You gotta have it to seize it. Well, I mean, people ain't got it.
oh, but
So
you know, people spend like if like some people just can't do it without spending whatever little they have. That's what I mean. They just gotta spend. You see what I'm saying?
cool. I think the real answer should be people should be trying to pick up, trying to increase their income. They need to have more money coming in and stop. If they do have money, they need to stop spending and they need to find more sources of revenue, more income coming in. People need to increase. Here's what I see. People aren't willing to go out and find more streams of income. See, people want to get the income, like they want to get these streams of income while they're sitting at home
Right.
instead of going out getting the money and bringing it home. See, everybody
So
want to
so
sit
so,
at
so let me
home
ask you a question.
and
So let me ask
mm-hmm,
you a question, because my wife doesn't work, right?
mm-hmm.
Right. So most guys, you said want their wife does they don't want their wife. I mean,
I don't even think it's the wife. I don't even think it's the guys. I think it's part of the deal. I think this is what the women is leaning on the guys and they just cool with it. So they going out working
what do you
like
mean?
they going out working like a Hebrew slave.
What do you mean a part of the deal? Explain
I
that.
think it's just part of the deal. Like I think a lot of guys nowadays they meet a
Uh-huh.
woman, they date them, and the woman telling them they just want to have
Oh,
kids and be a housewife, and they okay with it.
oh, got you.
She
Yeah,
said
yeah, yeah.
she put, and when he feel like he want to tell, like, look, you may have to go get a job. She put that poo poo on him, and then he take his ass, he put his shirt back on and his work jacket, he lace up his work boots, and he go back out there and slave like a Hebrew dog. He knows she need to go get a job because that extra income would be better. But she put that poo poo
Right.
on him, and then he what A. Murphy saying, bro, okay. She put that poo poo on him. He go, okay. And then he go out like a goofball Jamal and he go slay. That motherfucker be
Mark.
like, okay. Put that poo poo on him. And she put that poo poo on him. He was
Oh man.
she know how to get him right. Nigga, I ain't going to work. Put that poo poo on him. You know what I'm saying?
So the two income then will never so the two income will never come to pass then because she ain't going to work.
I mean, if that type of guy in this type of scenario you giving me, if that woman do go out and go to work, that'll make things a lot better. It'll make things a lot easier
Mm-hmm.
because during that time period that we had where the husband and wife worked, this is how they built. Nowadays, don't nobody want to work, right? The guy will go out
Yeah.
and work. The wife will stay at home, or the spouse, is whatever, the girlfriend will stay at home, or the partner will stay at home. And then you got one party that's working like a Hebrew
Mm-hmm.
slave.
Yeah. So she got to go get a job then.
I think the answer to a lot of households that, because look, when you had a call-in show, look how many people calling the call-in show, and they be that same scenario. 20 something, 30-year-old, new family, young family. They trying to figure out the box short thing. They got a girlfriend or a wife at home that don't work. Remember, for like a week or two straight, I had 4 case studies that all came up. One guy, wife that don't work, 3, 4 kids. I had the African guy that came up. I had Daniel
Mm-hmm.
that came up that had that same scenario. And then there was one other guy that came up all within the span of a week or two that had that same scenario. And
But that's what I'm saying. When you
those
increase your kids, you got to increase your income.
right. But here's the thing: all 3 of those scenarios would be in a much better situation if
Mm-hmm.
if she went out and got a job. And then when Daniel came up and he said that his wife had to
I
go
think
run
it's more than that
that
though. I think it's more than that though, Mark.
that's two
I
that's two
think
incomes. That's 2 incomes. 2 is going to be better than 1 any day. 2 going to beat
no,
1 any day.
I'm saying if one person's working, right? I know we touched on this before, but if one person's working, right,
Mhm.
and you're having kids, let's say you got 1 kids, that's fine. You know,
Mhm.
you hit it again, you got another kid, right?
Mhm.
But at that point, you got to increase your income with that second kid.
But we
Then
not
you go
seeing
again
that.
and hit, huh?
I agree, but look at the case studies that come up here. I hate to keep using
No, I
Daniel,
know,
but okay,
right?
let's
But
look
I'm
at the
saying
African. Go ahead.
no, but I'm saying right. So I'm saying if you have 3 kids, right? Because remember, the woman's still home. They're not, because their excuse is they're taking care of the kids and daycare is expensive and all of that stuff. So it's better for my wife or my girlfriend to stay home. That's one of the
Mhm.
argument they're gonna give you. You see what I'm saying? But what
That's
I'm
that's
saying is,
that's
if you
cap.
got one box truck, if you
Hmm.
got one box truck, you got a son, and then you go again and you get a daughter, you still
Hmm.
got that one box truck. Now we have 4 people. You go again and get another child. You see what I'm saying? But the income is not increasing. The truck, you're not growing the truck. I mean, you're not growing the business. You're not increasing your fleet, hiring drivers to increase your income. So and the girlfriend and the wife is not going out because again, a lot of the argument, like I said, is gonna be it's cheaper if she stay home with the kids because daycare is expensive, yada yada yada, all of that stuff. You see what I'm saying?
Hmm. Here's the thing: if you can't afford to have your wife stay at home, then she should get a job. I mean, I
Right.
don't like I don't see why that's like a bad thing. To be honest with you, it's just what it is. You want to continue to struggle, struggle.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people know what it takes to make somebody stay home.
You said what?
You see what I'm saying? I I don't think a lot of people know what
Yo,
it's like to make a.
you breaking up. You sound like you underwater.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah.
No, I was saying I don't think a lot of guys know what it takes to make a wife or a girlfriend stay home. You see what I'm saying?
Uh,
Because it's you got to increase that income, you know what I
nah,
mean? And then if she's helping out with the business, you know, it's just a lot. It's, you know,
take money.
it takes a lot of money. You know what I
Takes a
mean?
lot. That's the money. That's the answer. You know.
And you
So
got to save a lot. And then you got to, you know, it goes back to what you're saying with that discipline. You got to stop having them kids if you can't afford them.
now you know
You got
they
to
gotta get
protect yourself.
you know they gotta get that thing. That thing. They gotta get that
Yeah, but that ain't
thing.
got.
That yeah.
But Mark, Mark, come on, Mark. I got two kids, bro. I don't just be having kids, just be having kids. When we have two kids, we call it quits. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah. You know, I take my wife to Jamaica and get her cut.
Oh wow.
Mark, I get her cut out of the tree. Mark, you ever hear they say you get cut out of the tree?
I know what you're talking about, but I ain't never heard that terminology for it. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
You know.
man. So yeah, so you still can get that thing, but you gotta protect yourself. You know what I mean?
Well, we living in a
So
different
yeah.
day. We living in a different day and age. You know, and everybody wants. They watching Buddy ass run and stick his face in water, and then come out the face in water and fucking go
Who is that?
downstairs, and then he goes runs and he gets in the pool, then he gets in the hot shower, then he sits down, says thank you, and then the chick brings him cucumber, thank you, and then fucking he goes takes a shower, then he gets dressed, goes to a brunch and sits down, they bring him cereal,
Yeah.
thank you. And then he comes back home, and then the boxing trainer comes and he trains on the balcony, and then he goes to bed at 6:30 in the evening, and then does that, and then that's life. They think they can do that. They get caught up in the
Right.
shit that they see online, the success porn, and the content is created like that for you to buy into it, but that may be his reality, and that may be a small percentage of individuals' reality, but that's not going to
Yeah.
be the magnitude's reality. The way they make money is off selling you that. They have a
Right.
magnitude of people believing that they all can live like that. When in actuality, a small percentage are going to be
Mark
able to
said it
achieve
after
that.
everybody believe that they can live. Oh man. Somebody in the comment section say let their wife be dispatchers. I told you a lot of these guys cannot get along with their partner in business. They
That
curse
was
a lot. They fight a lot.
that was transportation, but he's not understanding what we're talking about, because even if you're
Hmm.
driving a box truck and your
Yeah.
wife is dispatching and you're paying her, that's still one income coming in.
Yeah, that's their one income.
That's still one
Hmm.
income. So that's not solving what we're talking about. It's still one income.
No, because you only can do but so much with with one box truck.
He's misconstruing, because you're just paying your wife from that same income. It would be
From
more
that
money,
same
let's say,
from that
if he ran the truck and she went out and got a job, then
a
that's more
job,
income,
right?
right? So he's confused into what we're saying. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
uh, um, I don't know. You know,
Yeah. I mean, I mean, I think a lot of people just, you know, a lot of people, and it's crazy out here, man. A lot of people just be faking it, and it's just not. They're not in reality, man.
hey,
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it
that's the
is what it
that's
is, but it's
that's
coming.
that's the power of that's just the day we live in. You know what I'm saying? That's just what we live in. But that's only going to get worse too. So
Yeah,
it can be it can
because
be.
if you got a cargo van and you got one kid, and say you want to go get a next kid, or you got a next kid, you should look to get a box truck. See what
Not
I'm saying? And
necessary.
then try
Not
to.
not necessarily. Not necessarily. I
I
don't.
mean, you got to increase your income, though, Mark. That's what I'm
But
saying.
here's the thing.
If your girl is not working, you got to find a way out to increase your income.
I know people that are in here right now that make more money than people in box trucks in cargo vans. There's people in here right now that I know, and I'm not saying this is everybody's case scenario. There's people in here
Hmm.
now. I've seen one or two of them that make more money consistently than box trucks, and they're in cargo
Of
vans.
course, you're gonna find that in every niche, but
Right.
those guys are not the majority, though. That's what I'm saying.
I
You're
hear
gonna
you. What?
find people. You're gonna me and you know you're gonna find. Listen, when I was running my cargo van, I
Mm-hmm,
was making a killing, but that's not the majority.
mm,
You see what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
Some of those guys, they actually have to get a bigger vehicle or get a next vehicle to increase because they don't know how to go out and hustle. I used to do Amway. I used to do a lot of different shit when I was in my cargo van. I have like multiple routes. You see what I'm saying? Like when
mm-hmm.
you hungry and you want to eat, it's how hungry they are. You see what I'm saying? And you got to remember too, a lot of people are they react differently when they're hungry. When
Mm-hmm.
I'm hungry, I'm gonna be out here. Some people when they're hungry, they're not gonna be like me and you that's gonna get it. You know, you got a bad shoulder, but shit, you know what I mean? If you gotta wrap that thing up and put on two straps to ease the pain and put some, some icy up on it and get it done, you gonna
Mm-hmm.
get it done, right? But some people are not like that. They think the answer is to get a next vehicle, or you know what I mean? They're not gonna put that work in.
Yeah,
So you gotta look at those people too. You see what I'm
that's un,
saying?
that's unfortunate, but there's a place for those people in the world, Kurt. There's a place
Yeah,
for them. On the other side, we talked about. You still got two sides, half and half nots.
right. So yeah,
Ain't no
people
middle.
always go master whatever they get. You got guys you can give them one cargo van and they'll spin the shit like it's no tomorrow. See what I'm saying? But
That's what
then
I'm
there's a
saying.
what? Yeah.
You
Oh,
got
I
some
know those
people.
guys. You know.
You got some people that's gonna go out and get it, and then you got some people that's not. That's just what it is,
Right.
Kurt. It ain't.
Right.
Listen, man. Listen. It's been almost 3 years since I've been creating content, and I finally realized it this year. Well, late last year, but I finally just said, you know what? The majority, they want to live in La La Land. We had a guy that actually said he lives in La La Land. He said, Mark, you live in
Hmm.
reality. I live in La La Land. That right there,
Hmm.
it just further just let me know, like, bro, I'm wasting my breath. I'm wasting my breath.
Hmm.
You got people that come into this business that consume information. They want to hear all the good information. They don't want to hear the real information. You have people that are pushing narratives, right? That,
Hmm.
align with what people want to believe, which is still it's not reality. Not to say that
Right.
some of these narratives aren't real, because yeah, you can have good days, you can have bad days, you can have moderate days, but it's not reality. Reality is a clusterfuck.
Right.
That's reality. See, if you told me the skies would be blue and everything is just going to be perfect for the rest of my days, I would have nothing to worry about. But if you could tell me and you could prepare me for the unforeseen situations, that's what I want to know. If everything going to be good without me having to put in any effort, then shit, I just need to wake up. I don't need to hear anything. You telling me everything going to be good. It's nothing for me to learn. Nigga, tell me all the shit I need to look out for. Tell me how I could prevent it. Tell me if it's not preventable, how I can maneuver through it or around it or overcome it. I don't care about all the good shit. If it's good, it's good. I ain't gotta do shit. Tell me about the shit that I need to worry about. Don't tell me stay off the good block. If that's a good block, don't tell me. Tell me, all right, you going over there? All right, cool. If I say I'm going on this block and you know that's a bad block, hey, look, man, be careful over there. If you come to Chicago and you tell me you going to Lincoln Park, I'm gonna say, all right, man, have a good day. Enjoy Chicago. If you tell me you going on, goddamn it, 79th and Cottage Grove, I'm gonna tell you be careful over there. If you tell me you going on fucking Halsted and Armitage, I'm gonna say, all right, man, enjoy Chicago. You know why? Because the likelihood of something, you getting into something or something happening to you over there is minimal. So I don't have to warn you for it. You tell me you going on 79th and Cottage to Happy, I'm gonna say, hey man, be careful over there, bro. I'm gonna warn you.
Yeah.
People don't want to hear the real. They only want to hear the good shit. And this is why I get a lot of flack. And that's why I call them middle Americans. Don't tell me nothing about Lincoln Park. Don't tell me nothing about that shit. I'm straight over there. What the fuck you want to tell me? Yeah, I got to be careful everywhere, but the likelihood of Lil Fo and them running up on that is low. Just tell me, man, all right, enjoy your day. Man, I'm finna run over here. I'm finna run over here off of goddamn it, 63rd and King Drive. Hey man, what you going over there for? Man, I'm finna go. Hey bro, man, be careful over there, man. You straight? You good? You all right? Man, let me. What time you going? Share your location. You going by yourself? Do you gotta go over there? What you doing over there?
Right.
It's the same thing in business. So when you tell a person the harsh reality, only a middle American gonna fight back and say, "Oh, you this and that." This is why I be like, "All right, well then, fuck it. You ain't from where I'm from. You only want to hear good shit because you used to shit handed to you. You probably fucking sleep with your doors unlocked. You know what I'm saying? This is why you in the situation that you in now."
Right.
Shit it don't even make no sense. Don't tell me about nothing good. If it's good, what I got to worry about? Tell me about all the bad shit that can happen, will happen, how I can prevent it from happening possibly. And if it does happen, how can I overcome it? Fuck you telling me about some good shit for? I don't fucking care about no good shit. All right.
Hey, who is Little Four in them, man? Like the dude where we was at the club. That's Little Four in them.
Yeah.
You remember who was at the club and the guy asked me if I'm recording?
Yeah, he was following them. That's why I said he with me straight. Yeah, you walking through. See, you can't be because we don't do that here.
You remember when me and Terrence told him to leave us the other night, and you say you ain't leaving us?
Yeah, because your wife ain't finna call me talking about where Kirk at. I ain't seen him in 3 days. Because then it would have got to the internet. And they were like, Mark, he was in Chicago. Thought you was one of the guys, man. How you let that happen? Oh, Mark, nah, you come to Chicago, you under my protection, under my covering, you gonna get back to the crib. Now, what you do when I'm not around, that's on you, pimp. But if you come here and you under my protection, you gonna get home.
Why you never want us to leave, Mark? Why you never want us to leave?
I dropped y'all back at y'all hotel and I went on about my business. Now, the moment you go back to your hotel,
but we wanted to leave from the club. You didn't want us to leave.
No, which y'all wanted to do some other shit, and I wasn't finna let that happen. So now you don't want me to go into details. You don't.
Mark, come on, Mark. You know I was strapped that night, man. Come on, man.
No, you wasn't. You can't. We ain't gonna let you tweak how you be tweaking on your channel. We gotta keep it factual over here. No, you wasn't.
Hey, Mark. You wouldn't let us leave, man. Tell them why you didn't want us to leave, man. You
I don't
didn't
think
want me
you.
to leave, man.
I don't think you want me to tell them why they leave because I don't know who watching. You sure you want me to tell this story?
Mark
You
didn't want us to leave
probably
that. Hey, Mark didn't want us to leave that night, man. We told Mark
nah.
we good. We said,
Y'all could have
Mark, we
left.
good. Go on home. Me and Terrence gonna hit the street.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Mark was like, you crazy as a motherfucker. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah. I'm not for.
Oh, man.
Your wife would have been calling, talking about you missing, and internet would have been, man, Mark, how you you ain't one of them guys, man. You let them kidnap Kirk, and they missing. They
They
got his
wasn't gonna
picture up
kidnap me
on.
and Terrence, man. Bro, you know
Shit.
we were good,
Yeah,
man. We
okay.
got it.
Hey, man, the back door open, Kirk. The back door always open. Don't you ever forget that. Chicago is always open.
Hey, Mark, but you said we were going up north. We
I
told
didn't
you
say.
where we was
I didn't
going.
say. I didn't say where you
We
was
were going
going.
up north. We were going up north. Over, you said we told you where it was going.
Y'all didn't say y'all was going up north. Kirk, you don't want me to tell this story. That's not what happened. That's not what happened, Kirk.
Oh, man.
That information has not left. I haven't told. That was 2 years ago, and nobody knows why I didn't let y'all go. So, and I never put that out there. But y'all, the back door always open. Y'all can't see what I could see. Y'all couldn't see what I saw. And
Oh, man.
ain't nobody gonna be friendly with you just because. Here, this ain't a friendly town. So just know the back
Mark,
door always open.
Mark, you don't think we would have been in good hands?
More than likely, nah. It was obvious that y'all was tourists. It was obvious that y'all weren't from here. And
He said we were. So I was acting like one of him.
you definitely wasn't acting like you from here.
Oh, man.
you was
What are you talking
smiling.
about, man?
You see how CJ was smiling when he was drinking that Bacardi and laughing and shit like that, all that goof ass shit. That's what you was doing. That's what you was doing the whole night.
Mark, come on, man.
After your first shot of that 1942, you know I had y'all drinking 1942. Y'all was lit. So once that oil kicked in, because I wasn't drinking, I had like one shot because I was on my square. I had to be.
Hey,
See,
man.
when you from here, one person got to always stay on their square. One person can't indulge in all the fun and activity. So since y'all were
said we were tourists,
right? Y'all was tourists, and it was my responsibility to make sure that y'all got back to the hotel safe. I couldn't really indulge and really have fun and let loose, right? Because y'all was doing a lot of things that y'all.
But you know, me and Terrence went back to the hotel and went upstairs, right?
And see, see. So if something would have happened, look, the car service driver dropped them back at their hotel, and then the car service took me home. I made sure we got you to your hotel first. Once we got you to your hotel, if you want to go off and do whatever it is you want to do, my conscience is clear. Something happened, your wife called. Listen, car service dropped them back off at the hotel. At this time, here's my receipt. It was $70.
Yeah, but Terrence slapped me out that night.
Blah, blah. See, all that ain't got nothing to do with me. That shit, see,
it
ain't
got
got
a lot
nothing
to do with you because you sent Terrence over with 1942. That's what I'm telling you.
Hey, listen.
Terrence went upstairs. Terrence went upstairs and it was over.
See, that's on. So okay,
he locked me out the room, man.
Well, first of all, why are y'all sharing rooms? I'm not sharing a room with no grown ass nigga. I gotta get my own room. I'm not sharing no room with nobody unless you my girl. Then we not sharing rooms.
Mark, it's a big ass room that we got that night.
Listen.
We went to share 2 rooms, man. We're only there for a couple hours.
You said you got the bag, right? You said you got the bag.
I got the bag.
All right, well then get your own room, pimp. I'm not sharing no room with no other grown ass man.
Man, we got a big ass room that night. What we gonna share the room for?
I don't give a goddamn.
Mark, we were there for how many
duplex.
hours?
Listen, check it out.
Man, you crazy as a man.
I
Man,
wouldn't
listen,
care
man.
less. I'm not sharing no room
We
with no
were
other
there for
man.
how long we saw you for? Like 4 hours?
No, bro.
We
Y'all
spent
came
another four.
into y'all.
We
No,
came in like
we
six
was out.
o'clock.
Y'all
No,
got
we
back to
came in
the.
like 6 o'clock. We meet you up, and then you
No, no,
went and
no.
get ready.
It was way before that. Y'all, I picked y'all up at the truck spot at like 3 or 4.
3 o'clock.
Then
Yeah,
I had the driver pick y'all up at about 7 because we went to
yeah,
dinner and then we went to the spots. Yeah. So no, it was about maybe 6 hours, 6 hours, 5 or
yeah.
6
So
hours.
we weren't in the hotel. We spent like what, maybe 3 hours in the hotel.
I don't know when
You know
y'all
what I'm
left the
saying?
next morning. Y'all got back to. I had y'all get back.
Bro, we get up like 5:30. We get up like 5:30 and leave. That's what I'm telling you.
So y'all was about in the hotel for about 4 or 5 hours.
We we
Like I
we
don't.
went, yeah, but that's
But
in
y'all
the
didn't.
morning when you drop us
Y'all
off.
y'all went to
When
the
the,
rooftop bar upstairs. See, when y'all went to the hotel, that hotel has
yeah,
a
because you
rooftop.
wouldn't let us go up north, so we had to go
Yeah, I
up
went.
top to go finish what we were doing.
Hey, yeah, I'm glad. Hope y'all had a
You
good
know what I'm
time.
saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And that's all, but we gonna tell the story one day, man.
Yeah, you can tell it. I'm not gonna tell it. You can tell it. Just make sure you be prepared for what comes behind that. I don't want you getting in no type of trouble, or nothing. So,
No, man.
so
But yeah, man, it's crazy, man. You know,
yeah.
it's crazy. But yeah, we had a lot of fun, man. We go,
Hmm.
we go, we go, we go, we go, we go, we go. We gonna meet up again one of these days, man. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. I
Yeah.
got somebody that's been waiting patiently in the back though, so I'm gonna talk to
All right,
him.
man. I'm out here. I eat you up
All right,
tomorrow.
all right, man. Be safe.
All right, cool.
Yep.
All right.
Oh,
Yo.
can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
How's it going, man?
How you doing?
Good, good. Uh, yeah, man, I've been watching your content for only a couple weeks.
Uh
Been
oh. Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh.
you had me. I was, I did some things that you definitely frown upon, but I did some other things too that you always I see you preach all the time on here. So,
Mm-hmm.
but really, man, like I said, I did some things that you kind of frown upon. First I started, I mean, I didn't quit my job and I ain't got 3 kids or nothing like that. So,
Okay. All right.
but so I this beginning this year I started looking into industries to get into and start my own lane.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of work like I'm a GM of a restaurant. I make a decent living up where I live.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I started doing some research and came across the box trucking industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know anything. I've done some logistics. I worked for UPS for a while. I've worked
Mm-hmm.
in some warehouses doing trailer loading, unloading, all that stuff. So I kind of understand, some of the more basic points of it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, got on a consultation with someone. It seemed sweet, seemed real sweet. Got my head floating, box truck dreams, maybe some cargo van money. But you know,
You don't
I
want to
started.
divulge that. You don't want to say who that was that you got on the call with.
Yeah, I was what's his name? Jabbar, box truck shoddy.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, so you wanted to do Amazon?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I
Oh,
wanted to
okay.
do Amazon. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And before I even hopped in on anything, I booked a consultation with him.
Mm-hmm.
Just because from what I was, what I had studied is like, I checked Amazon Relay before I even consulted him, and I saw that they have
Mm-hmm.
that 180-day waiting period. I'm like, damn, man, can't just jump into a truck and not know if I'm gonna have work for it. So, I consulted with him. you know, he helped me out a little bit, told me what I need to do to get going as far as like starting the business, making sure I'm in compliance, doing all that stuff. So while I was working the past, what was it, April, past 4 months, I take a little bit of my money that I make, started my LLC, got my EIN,
Mm-hmm.
Paid a compliance company to help me set up my DOT and my MC. Called some insurances, starting to get some quotes on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Got some of that back leg stuff out of the way. All the while, it's like you said, like some people just jump in and don't have a plan. That's not the way I go about it. Like I said, I'm pretty successful in my field. I make about 70K where I'm at. So,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not a little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
But I just kind of got sick of, no, I'm not saying I got sick of working because I'll work, man, all the time, right? Nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
But I just kind of got sick of helping someone else make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I'm seeing it because I'm the one in the store every single day doing it. So
Mm-hmm.
I got it, just was like, fuck it, man. Like, I got the work ethic, I got the drive, I got funds, you know. But I stumbled across one of your videos, and it was one of those dudes from Detroit, who wanted to do he wanted to start out with the three trucks. That was the first video I watched of yours.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that you kept saying that I didn't even really understand was what's your operating cap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I might have all this back leg shit already paid for while I'm still making money, but like, what am I going to operate with, right? And I got a little bit, right? I probably have, by the time I wanted to get started up, I'll have about 6,000, 7,000 operating capital. But then you just kept saying it, and this shit just kept eating at me, box truck dreams, maybe a little bit of cargo van money, and why not go that route, right? So kind of switch my platform and my pivot to, you know, getting into cargo vans. You know, I mean, it's kind of more of what I've actually done. Like I said, I used to do door-to-door delivery for UPS for about 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's something that I know I've done, I've liked, I was cool with. And, I've been doing my market research, got my business plan, doing my I literally was before your live stream, I was on one of your episodes about starting like what you need to do to start a business plan and stuff. So, I was writing down my mission statement, defining my concepts, doing my market research. I've been doing that every single day for about 6, 7 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I guess I just kind of question like what like just kind of hearing all that, like what kind of advice can you give to me to keep me headed down the right path on this?
It sounds like you're on the right path. It sounds like you were unsure.
I was sorry. Go ahead, man.
Go
Go ahead.
go go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was, and I was doing all the, trying to calculate cost per mile, what is going to be, you know, wanted to go the rental route because that's what Jabbar kind of, his mentorships or his coaching, that's kind of what he pushes and stuff. But like, I just couldn't get behind, like, part of me just didn't sit right with me. And then so I started checking on other creators. That's how I came across you.
What didn't
And I
sit
was
right
just
with
like,
you?
man, well, probably the pricing, like you said, everyone's like, oh, I don't pay for maintenance in the vans when you rent or whatever. But like you said, that shit's baked in, man. The rental companies need to make their money, so all their maintenance is baked in, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of,
Mm-hmm.
I knew that kind of shit already.
Mm-hmm.
But just like the price per day, right? Like, how much am I gonna be needing to make per day? That breakdown, right? We got my monthly, and all projections because I don't have anything finalized, but you know my monthly fee or my monthly expenses broken down to a week, broken down to a day. And I was just like, man, there's just not a huge margin if I'm trying to run one box truck rented.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I've watched plenty of your videos about the cargo van industry lately, and it I pretty much just settled on the pivot, man. Before I even pay for the insurance for my MC and DOT to be active, before I try to put a fucking either a payment on a rental truck or anything like that. I'm gonna be talking to my bank tomorrow. I'm gonna try to set up a thing to, I drive like a 2017 Buick, so I'm trying to just, you know, push that, get out of it and somehow get it to where I can just have a cargo van, and that's just it's just sitting here. I'm in a pretty decent situation living wise. I take care of my grandparents or live at their house with them. So I don't really have like, I don't pay rent or nothing because I take care of them, so they take care of that.
Mm.
And my wife works. We ain't got no kids, so like I feel like I'm in that perfect avenue, in that perfect situation where everything's kind of culminating for me to go out there and grab what I want.
Where do you live at?
I live up in Wisconsin. I live literally, I'm in smack dab in between Green Bay, Madison, and Milwaukee. So I'm like right in the center of Wisconsin.
You look familiar. Did you used to work for like a moving company on the side?
No, 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 no. I'd never worked for no moving company, unfortunately. Did you
S-
do work up here?
No, you just look
Like I said, I
familiar.
used to be. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, I
So,
used to be in warehouses all the time. So,
so you're up by Green Bay.
yep, Green Bay. I'm 50 miles from Green Bay and 50 miles from Milwaukee and 50 miles from Madison, essentially.
Yeah, you look like
Oh,
this
I'm
guy I
sorry,
saw.
just about.
You look like this guy that I saw in a picture. I don't know you personally, but I recently was looking at
Yeah.
another subscriber who has a moving company up that way, and one of the workers he had kind of looked like you. You ever heard of this moving
Yeah,
company called Everybody's Movers? Everybody's Mover.
no, no,
Okay.
no, I ain't never heard of them. No.
All right. So you make 70,000. You're up in Green Bay, right? And you want to quit your seventy
South of
thousand
there,
dollars.
but yeah,
Okay, so you
yeah,
want to quit your $70,000 a year job to get a cargo van.
yeah.
All right.
Grind.
Yeah, I hear you. What you gonna do with the cargo van?
So I've been looking at a bunch of stuff, right? And I've been scouring Indeed, looking up other logistics brokers and stuff like that that offer even some sort of dedicated route or like some sort of freight options. Like I got like I said, I got a bunch of shit written down. I got like Spoke, Capstone. I'm looking at Relay Express, Echo Express, which they actually have a bunch of work right now, right on Indeed. When I was looking it up earlier today, looking at some other like just like moving shit, like I don't know if like pick up is or like there's these like other trucking ones where it's like more for like trucks, like like Ford F-150 type stuff where you're just hauling furniture and shit. So I looked up some
Mm.
of these other apps like Curry, Load Up, ShareTown, Roadies, Spark, Spoke, Echo, Viho, Bungie, just like just kind of trying to see what the market looks like out here and if there's work available right away.
All right, so check it
But
out.
I also don't plan on absolutely quitting a job. Like I want to go get the cargo van because, I have a passive income that comes in every month no matter what that covers a cargo van payment. And like I said, I don't have many other expenses.
What type of van you looking at?
So I was looking at some of the shit you're talking about, like Ford Transits, man. They're all over Chicago right now. I saw a warehouse. I was just down in North Carolina driving through Chicago, and I saw plenty warehouses full of just old Amazon van looks like. And I saw one of your videos saying that, Amazon's getting rid of all their old fleet, stripping the decals and selling these things off. Sorry.
Mhm. No, you can curse. We don't care about like ad revenue and stuff like that over here. You can curse. It's cool.
All right. All right. Yeah, like you said, it's a trucker thing. So some of us
Yeah,
got some dirty mouths.
that's what I'm saying. We got it's a trucker channel, like filthy mouths. We can't censor an industry where there's filthy mouths everywhere. It's crazy, right? So,
Yeah.
um, I don't know, man. Like, why do you live with your grandparents? Are you taking care of them?
Yeah, me and my wife help take care of them. I mean, like they're not like disabled or anything. They're just old and they just kind of need help with stuff around the house. So there's two
Okay.
of us here, so we, try to look out for the
So,
family.
so you have to stay local. You can't go
I don't
OTR.
have to. No, 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 no. I could go OTR. Like if I absolutely had to, I could go OTR, and I wouldn't mind it at all. And me and my wife have already been talking about all this, so she already knows what what could potentially happen. So we're both on the same page with it.
And you just tired of your job?
I'm just tired of making other people millions of dollars, man. When I got the
Oh
same work
God.
ethic and the same.
Fuck, man. God damn, man.
I don't think I'm gonna like jump in and make $1 million. I ain't like that kind of person, man. I
Why
just
does
want to do something
everybody
for myself.
why no, the way you answered the question, you count
Oh,
other people's pockets, man. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, what what does their pockets have to do with you?
their pockets don't have anything to do with me.
You're not they provide okay, so you build a company. Look at it like this.
Mhm.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I mean it's almost like hypocritical. Because think about it like this. You build a company and you need people to work for you, right?
Mhm.
What if everybody that you hired looked at you the same way you're looking at the company? You'd have a pretty hard time, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd have a hard time keeping people. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So when people say that to me, I don't understand it. Like, because you want to start a company to scale, to build it, but the reason why you're quitting is the same reason people are going to look at you. I don't understand, bro. I don't understand. Like, I mean, here's the thing. So you want to work for yourself, fine. But is that the only reason you just don't want to keep making other people money? Is that the only reason?
No, no. Oh no, I want to provide a.
You want to do what?
I want to decide to go.
You your internet kind of glitched there for a minute. Say it again. I'm sorry.
No, I said, it's not just that. I want to try to build a better life for myself, and you know, take the chance on myself.
Okay.
I'm driven. You know, I'm not like some
All
of these
right.
other people that come on here, like you said, that they don't want to go, they don't want to put in the work. I'm willing to put in the work.
All
I'm
right.
willing to be the only person to start out. I'm willing to put years in the cab if I have to.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I mean, if listen, I'm not the one. I said I'm not gonna like wait unless it's like an extreme case where like someone is like don't got enough money. Like we had cases that come up there like people just don't have no money, like kids and shit like that, and they like got these big dreams and they ain't got like those situations. I tell a person they crazy. But like here's the thing: if you want to quit your $70,000 a year job to because a lot of those companies you name were gig apps. I wouldn't recommend quitting a job, purchasing a van to run gig apps because then that just make you a gigger. And there's nothing wrong with being a gigger, right? There's nothing wrong with being a gigger, but the gig economy is not sustainable because it's uncertain. It's more uncertain than the logistics industry at a whole. Like if you were running like spot market freight off the load board, right? If you want to quit your job to start a cargo van business and be a cargo van owner operator, then go for it. Now, you want to ask me what I would do?
Sure. What would you do?
Your grandparents, they house paid for?
Yeah.
Do you pay them any like rent or anything?
No, that's all covered just for
Okay.
they just,
Okay.
want me here to take care of them.
So do they pay you to take care of them? You get like health hospice or whatever they call that stuff, home health.
No, no.
Okay, so you make 70,000 a year, and your wife works, right?
Yep.
I'm not going to ask you, but what your wife makes, but I'm pretty sure she makes over 30,000 a year. So you're over 100K a year combined.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any. That house is paid for, so you ain't got no house note, no rent. Do you help with any of the utilities?
Yeah, when if they need it, I would. Yeah, but they haven't asked for it yet. But it's not like I
Okay.
don't have it.
Do you and your wife have a car?
Yeah,
Got car notes, or the paid
each.
cars are paid for?
I have a note.
What's
Her
your note?
car. She don't. My note right now is like 379.
Yeah, 379. She don't have a note.
No.
So all your money, you banking it.
Yeah.
So you got a nice little hefty little sack. You should have a nice hefty sack.
It's all right.
It's all right. You don't pay no bills.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't always been like that, though. That was more something that came up new this past over the past year. But like, I had, I have little. I don't have like a lot of credit card debt. I got like $2,000 on a credit card, $3,000, whatever.
I'm talking about liquid. If you're working a job, you're
Oh,
making 70, your wife is making
yeah,
money, and you're not paying none of the house expenses. Her car is paid for. Your car is relatively cheap. Where's all the money going?
yeah. Well, I put in a lot of money in restoring the house. Like I renovated a lot of it out of pocket. Water heaters, furnaces. Had to put in a second bathroom because there's 4 people living here. Had to repaint the whole house, new carpet, clean outs. They just had a lot of stuff we had to get rid of. So a lot of I wouldn't say a lot. Like most of my money was going towards that, but I still have some.
All right. Well, if you want to start a cargo van business, have at it. I think life is going to be harder for you,
Hmm.
but I mean, if you're willing to go through the tough times to get to the end of the rainbow, to the pot of gold, then go have at it.
Um, okay. I mean, like you said, a lot of those things were gig apps. Like, what what other avenues? I mean, like I know I've seen you talk about like medical carrier, finding like a dedicated route that's early in the morning, then supplementing with the gig apps.
Well, I'm gonna tell you
Like,
this: where you're at is not much opportunity locally. I can tell you that
okay,
now. Your best bet is going to be Milwaukee.
yeah,
Racine is probably not going to be much better than Milwaukee, and Madison ain't going to be much better either. Your best bet is probably going to come out of Milwaukee.
mhm.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, the opportunity in Milwaukee, it's just not. I mean, what's the population in Milwaukee? It's less than 1 million people,
um,
right?
yeah, th- in the city, yeah. When they combine the whole outskirts, it's a little bit over 1 million.
Half a million people, not even close, but half a million. So opportunities scarce, right? Pay is gonna reflect the opportunity. You know, it's a gamble. You're in a small market. There's a guy that's he's in here. He's actually was featured on one of those videos that came out last week. He's right up there in Green Bay. Opportunity is spotty. Just people up in that area. It's a lot of homes up there. Not it's apartments up there, but a lot of people up there are homeowners, and it's just not a lot going on up there in that area that you're in. And everything locally is coming out of Milwaukee, right?
Yeah,
So you making 70,000 in a cargo van in that market, doing dedicated work is going to be tough. Dedicated cargo van in my market that's running like office supplies doing somewhere around that 100,000 on the high end, 70,000, 75,000 on average, because it's by the pieces. Those types of contracts pay you per piece. The more pieces, the more money you make, right? But also the market also determines how much you get paid per piece, right? Obviously, I'm using my market as a comparison tool, not because I'm right next to you, but because we're 2.5 million more people than you, third largest city.
Yeah.
And if this is what an average cargo van that's running, let's say, small parcel is doing here, obviously you're not going to have the volume there, so you're not going to have the pieces, and then whatever pieces that you do have, the per piece rate is going to be lower. You're going to have to supplement it with gig stuff, which is going to be competitive as well because it's less people, so it's less volume. And I don't know what the competition looks like from a gig perspective up there, like how many people are supplementing income up there. Down here in Chicago, you have people that do it, full time. It's a struggle for them now more so than ever. But up there, I don't know how the gig economy is up there. If it's a bunch of people supplementing, are there full time people? Are there migrants up there that are, you know, hogging up all the gig work because they're literally in parking lots waiting for their thing to go off and all that shit like it is down here. Down here, it's very, very, very competitive. So you have to keep all that in mind. Now your other option is over the road, which you'd have to, you know, you know, bid and shit like that, get Selectus and all that stuff, get plugged in and start running expedited. But the
What was
guys
it
that I know,
you said? Sorry.
Selectus is the load board that a lot of the expedited cargo van guys use.
Okay.
But it's that load board can be a hit or a miss. You kind of gotta be plugged in that niche now.
Mhm.
But the guys that I know that are running expedited that are doing $4,000 a week, they're running. I'll go to sleep at night. My Discord in like the voice room, it'll be full of people. I'll go to sleep. I'll wake up in the middle of the night. They're still in there. They got their cameras on driving. I'll get up in the morning. They're still in there arguing back and forth, just shooting the shit, keeping each other woke. Some of their cameras on. They're still driving. These guys are driving 16, 20 hours. And one guy dropped 22 hours. They're not under the regulations like box trucks, but this is what needs to be done in that niche to get that type of money. The guys that aren't making that type of money, they're not driving like these guys are. Like these guys are literally I'm like, man, when you guys sleep? They're always in the Discord because they're always driving and they're having conversations, keeping each other up, shooting the shit. Like these guys are always driving. They're always driving. Always. Like and I'm not exaggerating it. They're always driving. That's your other option.
Now, is the DAT low board not really cargo van conducive? Like, it's just not meant for that.
You can find some shit on the DAT, but a lot of the cargo van guys that run OTR expedited, they use Selectus.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 They use selectors. Yep. So, you know, I mean, you're. See, I would say just stay at your job, but I'm not like you. A situation where if you want to take the risk, you could take it. You're not a situation where I'm just gonna lean on and say, man, you better stay at your job. Me personally, knowing what I know, at this point in my life, I would only tell you at this point in my life, if I was in your situation as a 45-year-old man, me personally, you could do what you want to do. I'll probably stay at that job. Me personally, I don't. You're not as old as I am. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how old you are. I don't know. You know what your risk tolerance. I mean, your risk tolerance doesn't seem like it's low. I mean, I don't know what your marriage dynamic is. How that's going to affect your marriage. I don't know how it's going to affect uh, your household, which you having to take care of your grandparents. Because like I don't want to get into too much detail. I'm kind of using my imagination. I'm 45. My mother is 70. She's getting older. So I can only imagine. I don't know if you're having to help put him in bed and help him into the bathroom and help him to, like, if it's
Oh
one of
no,
those things where you
not
need to
not at
physically
that
be
point.
there,
No.
right? So if it's not at that point, then what I'm saying. So there's a lot of things that I'm not aware of, but
Yeah, no. I mean, they can function on their own. I'm pretty much just here in case of emergencies.
hmm,
Take care of the house, clean. Like they can't do like cleaning and stuff like that. So like I got to clean and just that basic stuff. But like I said, it's both me and my wife. So
yeah, yeah. I think and you're already married. Like I mean, if you want to take the chance and go out and try it, then so the risk that I guess the risk now would be quitting your job, leaving your job, and if it doesn't work out, what do you do then? So
well, like I said, I'm pretty successful in my field. So like my resume is pretty solid. So I feel like even if I had to fall back in line, it wouldn't take me too long to find something
what
like
do you
in
say?
the
What are
area.
you in again? Did you say were you in IT or something? What did you say? I might have missed it.
No, restaurant management.
Oh, you're a restaurant manager
Yeah. So we're
for like a
used to working
for like a
60
chain,
hours most. Yeah, Schlotsky's. You guys only got one down in there, and we only got two up here. So, but
Schlotsky's.
yeah,
What kind of restaurant is that?
we make like deli sandwiches and stuff.
Is one in Chicago or is this
Like
one in Illinois?
uh, it's in Illinois. It's like just what's it called? I want to say it's probably like just north of Chicago.
Okay.
Like it's not in Chicago, but it's like just
Okay.
north.
Okay. So you're in restaurant. Man, I wish Costa was here. Costa would be good person.
Because like I
But
even
yeah,
thought about like yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
yeah. I mean, me personally. Go ahead. No, go say what you were gonna say. I wasn't gonna say nothing
No,
too important.
I wasn't gonna really say nothing either. So I mean, I was gonna say something, but like it just feeds into what I was saying before.
Yeah, me personally, me at this point, if I were you, I would probably just stay working. I mean, you could take the risk, but I'm gonna be honest with you. You get a cargo van, you go over the road, you're gonna be gone.
Mhm.
So that's just the truth of the matter. You're gonna be gone, 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 gone. Like these guys are never home. And if you don't believe me, join the Discord, go into the general chat, and just see them. You got all around the USA, Axel's in there, Costa's in there, D Jenkins is in there, Shark World. Who else is cargo van expedited? Uh, those are 4 or 5 right there. It's more, but these guys are just always driving, just always. Axel, I was in the Discord the other night. He pulled over just to, take a little rest. He fell asleep with the van running and the headlights on for like 3 or 4 hours. We could see because he has his camera on, and he's just asleep. This is how these guys run. He just passed out. So we're looking at his camera and him just facing the damn trees because these guys are, and then he wakes up and he just starts driving again. Like, like nothing never happened. So it's life as an expedited OTR guy in a cargo van. You put your little cot in the back of the van, and that's what you do. You drive. Mm-hmm. Is that something you want to do? You want to give up, like, and I'm not saying, I'm just asking, because a lot of people don't really realize what it is until they get into it. You're dealing with customers every day. You're meeting people. You're mobile, because you can walk around and move around and stuff like that. Is that something you want to leave behind to just drive across the country in a van?
Honestly, yeah, man. Like,
Okay.
like the money's good and all, but like I'm not happy anymore. So why just stay somewhere just because the money's good? Why not? The way I see it is like, why not take a chance on yourself as long as you do it the right way? Um, you know, like I said, like we've had long talks about this for 4 months about like what the possibilities could be, what
Mm-hmm.
I could be gone for 14, 15 hours, 16 hours.
You say you might be
So,
where for 16 hours?
be gone. I might not be around here, like at the
No,
house.
no, no, no. If you go OTR, you're gonna be gone for days, not 16 hours. You're gonna be
Oh
you're gonna
yeah.
be you're gonna be driving for 16 hours in the opposite
Yeah.
direction. You're not gonna be gone. It's not like you're gonna leave the house and then in 16 hours you're gonna come back. You're gonna be driving for 16 hours, 18 hours, the opposite direction from home or wherever you gotta go to drop that load off, get paid, and pick another one up. See, when you're
Yeah.
expedited OTR, you're gone. Like Shark,
Hmm.
he's gone for like month and a half at a time. And these are guys with kids. Here's D Jenkins. He's in here. He said he's gone for 2-3 weeks at a time. I think he's coming out of Cali right now. He lives in PA. He's gone for 2-3 weeks at a time. So, I mean, I'm just giving you the reality. See, over here, we give you the reality. We don't just, because if good is good. I could tell you you're going to make X amount of dollars. That's great. But then you get out there and it's just driving, more driving, more driving, more driving, sleeping in the back of the van, more driving, getting out, pissing, getting some food, getting back in the van, more driving, more driving. It's like you're gonna be gone for weeks, bro. So as long as you're okay with that, then you got my support. I just want to let you know what it really is. It's not no 16 hours and come back home. Now that sounds like some gig stuff, and I'm totally against getting a van to become a full-time gigger. All right, we call them this gig work. I call them giggers.
Yeah, no, and like I said, like, those are just some of the things that I've looked, like I said, like I figured I
Don't
probably have
don't
to go OTR.
don't do it. Don't get a
And
van to get to run no gigs, especially up in northern
yeah.
Wisconsin. It's not gonna
And
go well
and
for
that's
you.
what I heard from you, like you said, you don't use the gigs to build the business, you use them to supplement. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because here's the thing: the gigs are correcting themselves too. And guess what? The harder things get in the economy, what's going to happen?
the less money there's going to be.
The more people are going to rely on them,
Oh,
which in turn, the less money because the more competition, less opportunity. The more people have to turn to supplement, See, that's why I understand why people would try to build a business on something that is designed to supplement. So now you're competing against the people who went out and thought they could build a business doing gig work, but now you got people that work 9 to 5s and career people that are doing it too because they need the extra money.
Okay.
So
Um,
I wouldn't recommend buying a van to do gigs. Use that to supplement. But if
no,
you're gonna
yeah,
go to your,
yeah.
yeah,
What about the old fashioned way, man? Boots on the floor, going business to business, handing out business card, asking if they need carriers, just to find local work.
I mean, you're in Green Bay, Wisconsin, bro. And here's the thing: even if you were here, it's not gonna fare well for you. Why? Certain level businesses use 3PLs. And guess what? The businesses that don't use 3PL, that are smaller, like boutique style business, mom and pops, you know what they use now?
UPS and FedEx and
Gig apps.
Amazon, gig
Gig
apps.
apps. Technology has the small mom and pop shop, they get the gig apps. So
Oh, yeah.
I, I mean, if you want to do it, go for it, man. You got my blessings. Now that you know what you're fully getting into, So I think in your situation, if you do it, you definitely gonna have to go OTR with it. Your market is just
Okay.
too small to, I don't think there's the local opportunity. You have to go down to Milwaukee every day. If you were able to get something, and you're probably not gonna meet what you're making now. But I mean, you said the money, you don't care about the money, so
Yeah. I mean, I just want to really just want to do something for myself. Like that's the main drive behind it.
all right. And trucking or driving is what it is, huh?
Yeah. I guess so at this point. You know, um, like I said, honestly, I was pretty happy driving when I was driving with UPS. So, but I
You
know
want?
that's a lot different than what I'm going to be doing.
Wait, why'd you leave UPS again?
Uh, I left UPS due to an injury. An injury. I used to play rugby. I tore my shoulder up, and at the time, they wouldn't let me come back without without restrictions, and I was on restrictions for like 6, 7 months. So I couldn't go 6, 7 months without making any money. So I just went back to went back to the restaurant industry.
Yeah, see, I don't like you uncertain. Still a lot of uncertainty with you. You are in a situation where you're kind of at a how old are you?
33.
You're in that situation that everybody is in, where you just like fed up with working your job, and you want to do something. But really, I don't. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think you really know what it is you want to do, because even what you said a few minutes ago, like I guess so. Like that was not it was not a for sure answer.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't a for sure answer, but like this is the route that I feel that I do want to go. Like I don't like most other bit like a lot of other businesses that I had thought about have much higher startup costs. Like obviously I'm not saying that it's low startup costs or it's a little bit of money to get into the business, right? Like I know that's not true.
Mm-hmm.
So, but compared to some of the other things, like I don't have $100,000 to invest in starting a restaurant where the margins for restaurants are,
Small, real small.
yeah, real small. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where that is really, a niche I've been successful in, right? But
Mm-hmm.
when you sit back and reflect, it's like, all right, like, yeah, I'm successful in that field, but like, what, when I've been working for other people, what was I the most happy doing, right? I was honestly the most happy driving a truck.
You're up in Wisconsin. Schneider's school is up there. Why don't you go let Schneider pay your way through school? It's right in Green Bay, I believe. Why don't you just go to school right up there in Green Bay? I think they'll let you go to school up there unless they make you go to one of their other schools. Why don't you just go to Schneider and let them put you through their little school and just drive a rig?
Uh, I just, those big ass vehicles kind of scare me hauling those big ass trailers around, man.
Mm,
Like I know like a box truck is, it's a big ass vehicle,
mm,
it's not a 53-foot trailer though, you
mm,
know. Um, and honestly that's pretty much the big reason why I never went through with that. It's just like
mm. All right.
that
Well,
kind
get the.
of yeah, that kind of vehicle just ain't the right. I don't feel like it's right for me, right? Um,
Okay. Well, get the cargo van and have at it. Have at it, big dog. You'll probably do good. I like here's the thing, like your situation is not like one of those situations where like I got all the theatrics I'm gonna pull out and it's like not one of those situations where it's just like I mean you
One of my favorite, I'm sorry, one of the things you said the other day that I watched is like, you know what I'd be if I was you trying to start a business? I'd be fucking retarded. And I was like, that shit killed me. And I was like, damn.
who did I say that to?
You- I'm pretty sure you said that to the dude out of Detroit. He
Dude
had
out in Detroit.
he wanted to start a box company with 3 trucks, leasing onto someone's program,
Oh
leasing
yeah,
onto someone's authority.
that guy, yeah, that dude was
I
tweaking.
don't know, it might have been a little bit paraphrased, but it was
Yeah,
essentially, I'd be a
yeah,
fool type
yeah.
deal.
He was
So
just
like
ignorant, naive,
yeah.
ignorant, young, green. You know what I'm
And at
saying?
first, I thought you were just kind of being real mean to him. And I'm like, the more and more I listened and watched the episode, I was just like, he is right. He's just not understanding.
A lot of, well, I don't say a lot. There's probably like 10%, 12% people that think that. Some guy yesterday wrote a comment, Mark, you're too cocky. Whatever. Shut up. You soft. Like these are just soft people, bro.
Yeah.
These are people that don't understand business. They in their feelings, they get in their emotions, and nobody cares, bro, because ain't nobody coming to save them. And I prove it every time, bro. I prove it every time. Like business is not for the weak, the faint of heart, bro. So if you're feeling mad and angry and you get in your feelings because I told somebody that they don't have enough money and you listen to that ignorant ass shit that he said. He said he doesn't care to learn. It doesn't matter because
Yeah.
the Russians are
Yeah.
going
He
to
didn't
do
even want to
everything
go on the
for him.
road, dog. He didn't
He
even want to
didn't want to
drive.
go on the road, and then I, I hold him accountable for the ignorance, right?
Yeah.
Because it's ignorant, But you have 12% of people that feel, oh man, why you can't, here go another brother down another. How the fuck I'm down in him? He ain't got shit. How can I hate on somebody that doesn't have anything? He don't got the truck. He didn't have the money. He ain't got shit. Everything he need, I got it. But
Yeah,
people
100%.
get in their feelings because once upon a time, like when I came up, we listened to our elders. We listened to the people who were older, that were wiser, that had the experience. We didn't talk back, none of that. We were appreciative of them giving us, taking time to even give us game. But nowadays, when you give somebody game and it may come off assertive, right, it's considered harsh. You may come off stern, right, because this is business. This ain't like jokey. You dig what I'm saying? You in your feelings. All right, well, stay in your feelings. Call it what you want. Call me cocky, call me mean, call me this, call me that. I didn't tell him no lie. And I didn't send him no invoice neither. So what the fuck is it to you? You see what I'm saying? Motherfucker, you'll pay a motherfucker to lie to you. So it goes back to a lot of the emotion that people wear. Like business ain't emotional. It's going to be in the next couple weeks, it's going to be businesses that get washed out. It's going to be a lot of people going out of business. It's going to be a lot of people losing money. We just had a week where a lot of people lost money because they didn't do what was in their best interest. It's what happens. Like nobody cares. The business don't care. The industry doesn't care. The economy doesn't care. There's no feelings in this shit. Like get out your feelings and get to work. If you see somebody and they're talking and what they're saying, it makes sense. Who cares how they're saying it? The reason why I was assertive with him is because I needed assertive. You watch my content long enough, I match energy. I'm not assertive with you because I'm matching your energy. If you come up here on some dumb shit, I'm gonna get on that with you. I match energy. But people ain't even got common enough sense. They'll watch everything and then they won't even pick that up. I match energy.
Yeah,
So it is what it is.
definitely, like I came up on here, knowing that, you might say something I don't like, you might say something I do like, but at the end of the day, it's not going to pay me any mind to get upset at you for telling me the truth, So,
That's it. It's just the truth. The truth hurts
you got
sometimes.
to have a
It's true.
certain mindset. It's all about the perspective that you view things,
Yeah.
So,
The truth hurts to the people who are ignorant. Like if you came into this thinking one way and then you come talk to me and I'm tell you the truth, but you were thinking glitz and glamour, right? Yeah, you're gonna feel like I'm crushing your dreams.
I was
Because
feeling glitz and glamour until I stumbled on your content and then, you know, brought me down to reality to really think about it.
and to
Think
me
about it
it's
more than what I was.
and to me it's crazy. Like I don't understand like why people think this industry is rosy and peachy when the failure rate is so high. So that just goes back to what I talk about, the ignorance. How is something rosy and peachy when the failure rate and the success rate is day and night? It's not even close. It's not even close. And it's not because so many people are stupid. It's because the industry is hard. And only the strongest are going to survive, period. Not like, this is what it is. So how can I be, you know, super duper giddy when the industry ain't that way? I give it to you the way it is. I ain't got, listen, there's nothing I don't got shit for you. I don't got nothing for you to like me and want to click the link again and come back. I have nothing to where I gotta finesse you or not really give you the full truth because I don't want to deter you from coming back or clicking or buying. I don't have nothing for you to come back. Like I don't need to give you good customer service. You see what I'm saying? Because I
I
don't
know
need
that feeling.
right. I don't gotta give you good customer service. The beautiful thing about me is I can just give it to you the way it is. And that's just it.
Yeah.
I don't not selling you nothing. Don't mention shit. I don't care. I kick people off. I did all type of shit. It's what it is. It's it. This industry will chew you up and spit you out if you allow it to. There's people in here right now that are successful. There's people in here that came in during the pandemic that are in that small percentage of people that were able to come in during that time period and fight and become part of that small percentage of people that made it. There's people in here that I see that have went through years of being in this industry and have retired from it. There's people in here that I see that are on the brink of retirement. There's people that are in here that are half a decade in. There's people in here that are successful in moving. There's people in here that are successful in final mile. There's people in here that are successful in OTR. There's people in here that are struggling.
Now, when you bring up Final Mile, that's what you're kind of saying. My area doesn't have, right? Because we're so small, right? Like we don't
Milwaukee
have.
got no. You got probably opportunity down in Milwaukee, but there's
Mhm.
trucks that come from Illinois that come up to Milwaukee to do final mile.
Yeah.
You know, there's routes that go up to Milwaukee, not out of the city Chicago. They come out of like Wooddale, Melrose Park, that cover that area, southern part of Wisconsin, Kenosha, shit like that, that go up to Milwaukee. There's routes that come out of Chicago, final mile that go to Indianapolis every day and turn around and come back out of Melrose Park because those markets have hard time sourcing talent because they're small markets. So if you're out of Milwaukee, there's opportunity there. I mean, in Milwaukee, but with final mile, you have
So
to big and bulky. You're going to need a partner unless you find something curbside, which is very scarce nowadays. Opportunities are scarce
yeah.
because they're all taken.
Mhm.
Mhm. What were you finna say? So what?
All right. So you know, honestly, like you said, my probably my best niche is going OTR.
With that cargo van, that's what I would say. I mean, if you were in Chicago, you know, you could you'd work really, really hard. But you can if you were able to get a dedicated route, you could do 75, 80,000. You know, the piece counts are there. You know, still we got the population and that will support, that will allow you to have a large piece count where you can make money, A lot of the government places, they still order shit, all that shit comes out of the 3PLs, so schools, shit like that. Um, but up where you're at, population is is small. So OTR probably be your best bet. You want to make money, like you don't want to just be doing this shit. I know you said the money ain't the, but like ain't no sense of doing it if you ain't making no money.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So I wouldn't be doing this shit if I were you, if it wasn't for the money.
I just say it's not the only thing, you know. Like
What's not the only thing?
there's other. Money's not the only thing, right? Like obviously, it would be nice to continue to make. Obviously, you need to make money if you're running a business. Like you
Well,
can't run a
what
business
else
to
is it?
lose money.
What else is it? If it ain't about the money, what else is it?
I'm just feeding that inner drive, man.
Oh man, I
Like
don't care. Hey man, listen, check it out, pimp. I would shovel shit. If I had to shovel shit and it was paying, then that's what I'm gonna do. I don't care about all that extra shit. Listen, first 3 years and then the last 3 years, I had to physically be active. And then there was 6, 7 years in between where I was sat in the office. Do you think at 40 years old when the pandemic hit, I wanted to get on a moving truck and lift heavy shit?
probably not.
Not at that age? What about 41 in 2021? What about 42? No. It paid exceptionally well. I mean, I had to get back out there. Nobody wanted to work. It paid exceptionally well. If something pays good, I don't care what it is. Me personally, and I'm from an older generation. I'm from a generation where, there's people that are in careers that love what they're doing, and there's people that just go to work to pay the bills, to have a comfortable life. Now, I'm not a person that, like I didn't hate it, you know what I'm saying, when I had to be in the field, but it wasn't something that I was fucking jumping out of bed to go, like happy to go do either. But at the end of the day, it had to be done. I understand the younger generation is just concerned about like work life balance and all this shit, and that's great and all, but the money is the motivator. That's the driving factor, big dog. It's about that money. Now I could be wrong, but life is so much better when you got that money, man. Like a lot of this shit that people be worrying about, they wouldn't have to worry about that shit. Y'all generation, why y'all so like worried about like what was the what did you say? You said not about the money. What was the other thing you said? What was that?
Trying to.
Are you froze? Are you froze?
I can you hear me?
I hear you, but you froze.
Yeah, I think my screen. It looks like my camera's froze up, but I can hear
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
Yeah, what was that other thing you said? Not the money. You said the other thing you want to do for. What was that?
yeah. Proven proven to myself that
No,
I
that's not
can
what you
run a
said.
business,
It was something
but
else you said.
feeding the inner drive.
Yeah, that. I mean, if that's what makes you happy, then fine. That money make me happy. I need that money, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. Around the beginning, I'd like work hard to make a lot of money, work as hard as I possibly can. Then I got called a pocket watcher.
Who called you?
So,
Oh, I
it's
called you that,
like,
right? I called you that
yeah, yeah.
today, or did I call you that in the video? Did you feel like I
You
called
called
you
me
that in the
that.
video today?
No, you said, yeah, you called me that today. You can play it back.
What did I
It's all
say?
good, you know. Because I was,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, you said you got tired of making other people rich.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
You
Nah,
know,
man. No, no, that ain't
and
good.
and I'm not, like obviously money's the motivation, right? But like going about making the money the right way is the best possible outcome for success. Having a business plan, doing your due diligence, checking your markets, all the stuff that you preach, like, I'm not like, and like I said, like I still work right now. I ain't quit my job yet,
I know.
I ain't dead,
I know.
so, I want to go chase the dollars on the truck, in the van, like do what I
All
can,
right. Get to it then. Get to it.
you know,
Yeah.
I was just, looking for a perspective. Like you said, you're here to hold people accountable,
No, no,
so,
no,
I
no.
was,
I'm not. Not
well,
necessarily.
not,
I'm not.
that's not your, yeah, no,
That's not like
but
what the channel is
that's one
built
of the
on. But
things you do. No,
now
no.
and again, now and again. Let's not
It
get
is in the
carried away.
description. It is in the description, dog. You put it in your description. You just
Eh,
hold people
eh,
accountable.
oh, maybe
But
it is. Okay. Yeah. But what? But what? Talk to me. Talk to me, big dog.
but
Talk to me.
but like the there's only there's the people who make the money to pay the people, and then there's the people that go to work to get paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to be an overnight success, but eventually, 10, 15 years down the line, I want to be the person writing the checks, not the person cashing them.
Okay.
Like in that sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying, I'm not thinking I'm gonna get in the game, make plenty money right away, because that's not realistic.
Hmm.
I know there's a grind to it. I mean, but that's what started any business. It's not like this was the only thing I looked into, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna jump in the cargo van or the box truck business. Originally I thought, because I am so successful in the restaurant management and in the restaurant industry, I was like, all right, take a look at this first. Like, man, an upfront investment. I ain't got that kind of money, and the margins ain't good. You know, I looked at, you know, like e-commerce and shit like that, and I just can't get behind that either. I don't understand it, so I can't get into a field that I don't really understand that I've never done. Like Shopify and some of this other shit that people be spewing all the time.
Oh. Go ahead, man. Do the cargo van thing, bro. I mean, I like you listening to you is why I'm just listening. Like I've heard, if I've talked to you a zillion times before I talk to you. Everybody at your age, you all you guys think the same. And I'm not saying it's a good thing or a bad thing. It's just I'm just saying I've been here before. Like work is just not. You feel like it's not in the cards for you. Working for somebody is just not in the cards for you anymore, and you're searching for something that you can do on your own and say that you're your own boss, right?
Yeah, yeah, be my own boss, but like not to stop working because you can't ever just stop working. Even you work,
Well,
even you might not be in the box truck, but you work. I'm sure you do shit every single day to help make you some money. You know, I mean,
the money's
I could
work.
be wrong.
Money works. You get to a point where the money works for you. I'm literally, to be honest with you, I'm literally here at the house. I'm in the Discord. Like if you're in my Discord, then you know what I'm doing all day. So, like I'm literally in my Discord all day, pretty much for the most part. And like I'm not doing anything physically, but yeah, income's coming in, but I'm not like leaving the house or anything like that. I'm chilling, like chilling and shit. Like I'll go to the gym, go to the grocery store, or something like that. Come back home. Just be chilling.
How old were you when you got into the game and you wanted to start this dream?
Well, this wasn't even a dream.
Oh wait,
Like,
right?
like, no,
In
2010.
the
This wasn't a
avalanche.
dream. It was 2010. It was 2010, and it wasn't a
Yeah.
dream. I stumbled up on this.
Hmm.
My goal was to get out of school and go get a career, go get a job. Like that was what the goal plan was for me. It never came into fruition. You know, I tried, but no one would give me an opportunity. This is during a time period where everybody worked jobs. Like everybody had careers and there was no gig. Like the mindset that you have, that wasn't the mindset then. It was work. Go to high school, learn a vocation, graduate high school, work. Or graduate high school, go to college so that you can get a job in whatever it is you're studying in your field so that you can get a job and work. You know, um, I didn't get no one hired me, right, for whatever reason. So my 20s were just, bouncing around, you know, working but bouncing around trying to figure things out, and I stumbled across this. And when I stumbled across it doing it, I realized shortly after doing it as a hustle, operating off Craigslist, that I could turn it into a business, in which I did. This was never in the plan. Like I never said I'm gonna do this. So no. So
You were around my age though when you stumbled upon it and worked your ass off to get to where you are 10, 15 years later.
when I came into this, it was a lot different than it is now. And I say it all the
Yeah.
time. I've been very transparent since I've
Hmm.
started this channel. I say it all the time. This is a different industry now. It's different. It's a lot harder now. Um, it's just more difficult. As time goes on, things become more difficult. So a lot of the opportunities, a lot of the things that you have to deal with now in this industry, coming in on the new, I didn't have to deal with. What you're getting paid, what the average person gets paid in this industry now, is what they were getting paid then. I say it all the time. The only thing that's changed is the cost of operation has gone up significantly. So if what if the revenue that you're bringing in now, people that were operating 15 years ago are bringing that same revenue in then, but the costs were way cheaper, is the reason why so many people are complaining today. So I can tell you. So when I tell people the harsh reality, what gets them? This is why they get upset. If I'm getting paid in 2013 $600, 650 on a guarantee in 2013 for a final amount contract, Bob's is paying 650 today. Literally. Some market 700. Whoop-de-doo, what's fucking $15 in 12 years?
Yeah.
600, 650 in 2013, 2014, and they're paying that same fucking shit today. Fuel was slightly
Yeah.
cheaper then. Insurance was way cheaper then. Labor was hell of a lot cheaper then. Tolls were cheaper then. All costs associated to get that 650 were way cheaper. That 650 took you further. That same 650 that is being paid today is cost you a lot more. So at the end of the day, you don't have a lot of money left like you would 11, 12 years ago. If any money at all, right? Because now you got a lot of people that are coming in, they're renting a truck. Back then, you could rent a truck and not even have to think about buying a truck if you didn't want to. Because guess what? Your rental was $450 for a 26-foot box truck. And they would give you 1,500 free miles a week. You didn't have to jump through the hoops that you got to jump through to get the truck. You literally just go, give your debit card, sign a paper, go out, do a walk around, and that was it. Now some places make you put a huge down payment, all this other goofy shit. Like everything is different now.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why. That's what I was saying that earlier. Like that's kind of what really scared me about the whole box truck, right? Box truck, box truck dreams, and you definitely steered me away from it
That
because I
wasn't the
was,
goal. That
I
wasn't the goal.
no, no, but your goal was, obviously, like from what I've seen from you is like your goal is to make people really think about everything about it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
the it what you said spoke to me in a way where it's like I'm not ready to do a box truck right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't, I don't have the
did it resonate you? Was it true when you looked at the video and then you looked at your situation? Did it make sense?
yeah, like I said, I slept on it for days about it, thinking about it all the time, like man, like like I thought I'd be cool with 10,000, 6 to 10,000 working capital, and you're like, nah, 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 that's not enough working capital, man. It's just
Mm-hmm.
not.
So imagine
So
at that time when you were thinking about it, you went and you did it then. And
I'd be a
when was
fucking
this?
fool.
Okay. When was this? When was this? When were you having these thoughts? When was this? Where were we? Was it
Which thoughts about
2025,
the box truck
2024?
stuff?
Yeah, what year was this?
About the box trucks?
2024? Yeah.
End of 2024, yeah.
Okay, into 2024. So if you would have did that then, where do you think you would be at right now?
Calling you a dream crusher, probably.
No, no, no. You wouldn't be calling me a
I'd
dream
be
crusher.
one of
You
those sour people.
no,
Be
no, no,
one of those
no.
sour people.
If you would have took the 6,000 then in the end of 2024 and jumped into the box truck, where would you be now in April of 2025?
Oh. I mean, I probably would have been, I probably wouldn't have been in the business because I wouldn't have known that I didn't have enough working capital.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then look what happened. Rates. Look what's going on right
Uh,
now. It's no freight.
oh, yeah,
It's
well,
no.
yeah, I thought you were talking about the rates, but yeah, the freight rate. Yeah,
You
yeah.
said the rates went
So
up. Where did they go up at?
I thought you were talking about like the rental rates, like because
Oh
that was
no
like
no no.
my original. No, no, no. But I was just
No.
miscommunication.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's people out there that'll tell you that you can start. I disagree. I think the reason why I disagree, you're living in it right now. You're seeing it. It's been all around you the whole time, not just now. You can't run a business without no money. It's a lot of uncertainty. Some people that tell you, well, you never know until you try, and then that's why I say, well, all right, well, let's look at let's look at your circumstances. Let's measure your risk tolerance. There's people that have come up here that are in way up worse situation. Well, you're not even in a bad situation, but there's people that come up here that are in bad situations, and people tell them, "No, man,
Oh
don't
yeah,
listen to Mark. Just do it."
yeah. I've seen those videos. I've seen those
All right.
videos.
Well, people will send you off. The point I'm trying to make is people will send you off. People get sent off every day. It's people sitting in jail right now because they got sent off. We call, what we call them here, down here in Chicago? Send offs. So a lot of people that get sent off. Some people believe you could start a business that you're gonna make $200,000, $300,000 a year. And you could start it with $3,500. Use a send off.
Yeah. I mean, even
It's
when I
people.
heard
It's
that dumb
people.
shit, like you could
Send
start a box
offs.
truck company for $5,000. It was wild. I'm like, there's no fucking
Send
way.
off. There's people, and guess what? The people that believe it and they fail, and then they come with these sad ass stories. They send offs. This is the same person. You put a thumper in their hand and say go shoot somebody, and then they end up in jail with the mug shot with their eyes all red and shit because they was high on a pill and they didn't realize what they was doing until they sobered up and they was locked up, and then they coming out of it, and then they found out they went and crashed out the night before and did something that they shouldn't have did because somebody told them to do it. Send off.
Now you think that's what and I'm not saying that's what you're saying, but I'm asking you, like, just from the conversations we've been having over the, past 30, 40 minutes, am I sending myself off in your view?
No, I think you're just confused and lost. I think you should, and it's obvious because I'm looking at you. I'm paying attention. You got a lot of thought. You weighing it. You've already been contemplating for 6, 7 months. You know what I'm saying, or longer. If you're talking about, about 6, 7 months or longer. So the risks that are associated with it, and that's what's hindering you. You know, but I also understand because I do content, so I get a chance to talk to a lot of people your age that I understand what's going on with y'all mindset right now and what's being pushed on social media. So you're in the age category that falls victim to that type of content. So I get it. I understand it. But I'm just here to tell you the risks that are associated with it and give you the statistics. Majority of the people that come into business fail. Not being a Debbie Downer, I'm just being honest. Did you hear the what I told Kirk earlier? Like you got content out
Um,
there that's just gonna push one thing, good.
yeah.
And that's why another reason so many people fail, because they come into business thinking this is just gonna always be up and to the right. And life, what's crazy is life ain't even like that.
No.
Life ain't even like that. So don't tell me about no good. Just tell me have a good day. Only tell me what I need to look out for. If it's shit gonna be good, just tell me have a good day and going about my business. There's nothing you can tell me. If the skies are gonna be blue and the roses are gonna be red and everything is just gonna be great, there ain't nothing for you really. There's nothing you to forewarn me about. That's why I gave the example to Kurt that I did. If I'm going where it's safe at, just tell me have a good day. If I'm telling you I'm going where it's not so safe at, yo, you sure you want to go over there? How long you gonna be over there for? Who you going over to see? Why you going over there? Send me your location. It is what it is. I don't need to know nothing that's good. Good can't hurt me. Tell me what I need to prevent. And if I can't prevent it, tell me how to overcome it. So I don't get caught up in success porn. content. That shit don't. A lot of people in your age demographic do.
I would agree.
So, but if you want to go do it, then go do it. Just understand that, work really, really hard to make it work. And if it doesn't work, just accept the reality. I think your situation, I mean, I don't know what you got saved up, but, it's nothing like you
Right now
haven't
I got
told
about
me.
6K.
Ain't enough. Ain't enough.
Where, like I said, like I'm still working my job. Like,
Keep stacking, big
you
dog.
know,
Keep stacking.
what I mean, if you were starting today, what would number would you feel comfortable at?
For a cargo van,
Like, so I can, yeah.
you will at least have 10K working capital. Shit.
Well, okay. So I need about 4 more thousand saved up for working capital.
Yeah, but
'Cause,
then you gotta need that. But that's working capital. That's after you get everything to get started. Still gotta acquire the van. You gotta get your equipment, insurance.
like I said, yeah, I know I still gotta get insurance and stuff, but like if I- if
You
I'm
you don't
still
need you don't need as much
if
working
I'm
capital
working,
with a cargo van like you would need with a box truck, but you're gonna need some
yeah,
money.
yeah. So, like I said, I've been paying stuff, buying stuff, like like I said,
So
I paid,
so
got
so
my authority, I
you got
got
you
equipment, pallet strap, pallet jacks,
you don't need that.
not
You're
pallet
gonna get a
jacks,
van. What do you need?
straps.
What do
I'm
you?
talking about
Uh,
straps. No, yeah, 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 no, yeah, wrong words. You know, got the straps. I have a dolly. I've had a dolly for years. It sits in my garage and collects dust. You know, I got even for I got tools if I got to do like I have tools, and I would just say I'm having I got like my own tools because like some of the stuff that I've seen that you can do is just like appliance delivery and stuff like that. I
not in
got
a
to have
van,
tools
bro.
for that.
Not in a
You know,
van. But go ahead. I'm listening.
yeah. Like as far as like equipment, like what else? You know, what else am I gonna need? Other than the van, which even even with even with where I'm at now, like I mean, I got money coming in and I got passive money coming in
So
that
look,
I
look,
don't
look,
even
look.
work for.
Let me just make this. Let me just
Yeah.
make this. What type of van do you
Go
want?
ahead.
What type of van do you want, Doc?
I was looking at the Transit 250s,
All right. So look, what's your credit look like?
about 730, 740, fluctuates.
All right. So
And like I said, I'm trying to find a way because like I don't see a problem driving a cargo van as like a means of transportation to get to and from work if I needed to.
why do you keep talking about
Because
work, bro? Why do you keep talking about work? What do you mean going to and
I
from work?
was
The cargo van is your
like
work.
right, yeah, no, I mean like right now. I mean like right now in this stage, right? Like if I can get out of my actual daily driving car note and switch that car note to a cargo van note. You know what I'm saying? And now, now my expense outside of the business isn't going to be, oh, I got to pay my car note. The cargo van it's that's what I'm using to pay the note, and that's the only one.
The
So I'm
business
trying
is
to
pay
find a way to,
the business is gonna pay uh the note. The business is paying for the van.
yeah, exactly. So if I can get out of my car and own, because my wife has a car, like if I need to get to and from places, I can use her car. But if I can get out of my note, so I don't have that expense, right? So now my expenses that I already don't have are even less.
Your expenses are
And
low now, even with the car. Like getting rid of the car, I don't think is a big deal. Your note is $300 and something
no,
dollars a month.
yeah,
Man,
my insurance
I
is
ain't had
only
a
like,
$300 note since 99, 2000. God damn. What kind of car
you
you
big
got?
dog
That you
now, man.
three
What do you mean? You
but
big dog? You ain't got.
shit. Nigga, I picked up a $600 note, $650 note in 2002. That Avalanche that you mentioned, I got that brand new in '02, and that note was $660 a month.
Well, I bought it used back in 2020 when the
What do you got?
interest rates on used cars were super low. I got a 2017 Buick Encore, which I also signed up for some of those gig apps with that as the thing that I was approved for some of that shit with that vehicle. Because when I heard you say that, it's like, all right, well, let's just go and try and see these apps and see if any of these will accept my vehicle. They do it. It's a compact SUV. It's not huge. It's good on gas.
Man, you seem like a really nice guy, man. And when I say nice guy, I mean like I'm not like trying to like make you, because I heard that like when you tell a person that they a nice guy, that's like making them feel like they weak or something. That's not what I mean.
I
What
don't.
I'm saying,
No,
well, you
yeah.
no, like just talking to you. You seem like a really good person, right? So I'm gonna give you some advice, right? If you want to go in this cargo van thing, you want to clearly you know the number that I would think in your head that you would need to be at. I don't think you're thinking that number. So what I would do if I was you, you want a Ford 250, I would try to find one at a Ford dealership. That way you can go in there and deal with a traditional bank. The video that you saw when I was showing like the Amazon vans, how they're getting rid of like their 18s, their 19s and 20s or 20, whatever the years are.
Yeah,
Those are
18 to
those
21.
all right, those are cash deals. Those are cash
Yeah.
deals, and you ain't got the cash. So if this is something that you really want to do, you're gonna have to find a used Transit 250. You're gonna have to find it at a Ford dealership, pre-owned, certified, and you have to use your credit as leverage to go in there and kind of, if you can, get it. Hopefully, no money down, or minimal amount of money down, right? Which will kind of help, you know, relieve you of, spending some of the money that you have saved up. And then from there, if you can do that, you can get to 10 grand, save up 10 grand, and have at it. Because it sounds like you're sold on this. You're just looking for validation, really. You're just looking for validation. You're gonna do it anyway. You just need that validation, and that validation is just gonna make you feel better. So the only thing that I'm gonna tell you is that when you do get it, you're gonna work. If you don't work, it's not gonna work for you. You gotta work. You get a cargo van, you go over the road, you're gonna have to work. So you're not gonna see your wife. You're not coming home now. You ain't coming home. It's expedited. You're gonna be driving. Expedited means just that, expedited. It's gotta get there. So I can't help make the decision for you. Like all the other things that are going through your head, like those are decisions that you're gonna have to deal with on your own. But based on what you told me, I think you can make it work. I think you can make it work.
That's what I feel too. I feel like I can make it work.
All right.
I'm not like I'm not necessarily looking for validation. Is more of like I like your content because you make other people you make people think about the stuff that you're trying to make me think about right now. Like, all right, man, if you get it, you got to go. You're not going to see your wife. You're not going to see your family for weeks, like you said, and I kind of, I already figured I was going to have to do that anyway if I was originally thinking of fucking box trucks, you know,
Box truck, I'm gonna
sure there
tell you
might be,
straight up. If you were telling me box truck, I would be telling you absolutely no. I would be holding you accountable.
yeah,
The only reason I'm not
yeah,
is because uh, you can enter with a cargo van a lot cheaper. You can actually go to a Ford dealership and buy a cargo van, and a traditional bank will finance it. You don't have to go through these hard money lenders like a lot of the box truck guys have to go through when they buy from Penske and Ryder and Enterprise and shit like that. You can actually go to Ford and get a pre-owned certified and get financed through Wells Fargo, get financed through Ally, get financed through BOA, a traditional bank, and depending on, you know, how you negotiate and where your credit score is would determine a down payment or if you would have to put a down payment at all, which will help kind of alleviate some of the financial pressure and that'll allow you to keep more of your cash to use as working capital versus if you go the other route, you're going to relinquish a lot of that out the gate. So that's the only reason I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? But you're going to have to work,
that's
so
the
that
one thing I'm not afraid to do. I'm not afraid
no,
of the work.
and that's fine. But I heard you mention that 16 hours days. No, 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 big dog. You're gonna be driving 16 hours, and it ain't gonna be in the direction of home. So when
Oh
you
yeah, no,
told it, yeah, yeah,
I know what OTR is, man, and
yeah. So,
like I know I ain't, like I saying, I'm gonna work for 16 hours and I'm driving for 16 hours, to get it
mm-hmm.
to the place, and then I'm gonna have to find another place where I'm gonna be driving for 16 more hours, probably not in the same way that I just came from.
Maybe longer. Like I see some of
Yeah.
these guys that be in my Discord, like literally, we'll be talking. I'll be in there kicking it. I'll go to sleep at 1, 2 in the morning. I'll wake up at 6 in the morning. I'll peek in there. They still in there. I'll get up at 8. I'm cooking breakfast at 9, 10. They still in there talking shit. Still driving. Now it's 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They still driving. This is what expedited OTR is in a cargo van. It's exactly what it is, expedited. So it's pulling over, taking a quick little power nap, quick little cat nap, and getting right back to it. So if that's what you want to do, go ahead, go for it. If you're looking for validation, there you have it.
No, I mean, like I said, I wasn't just on here for I'm not trying to just get validation. I do want to hear that. It is comforting hearing that. It's not like you're doing a dumb fucking thing, idiot. Don't do it. Like I don't want to hear that. Like I mean,
No,
I'm
I would have
hoping not
told
to
you
hear
that.
that.
I would
Not
have
that I
told
don't
you.
want.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
tell you. Trust me. Don't worry about it.
No, I know.
I would tell you.
I
And
know.
if you were absolutely talking about a box truck right now with the working capital you got and some of the stuff that we talked about, that's what I would be saying to you. But you're not. You talk about a cargo van. And and with it being a cargo van, I'm I'm if that's what you want to do, go ahead. I think you just gonna work. That's all.
Yeah, no, yeah, and like I said, I mean, like I was more looking for like honest, like strategizing on ways to make the money with the van, right?
So I
You
gave them
know,
to you. You gotta
like,
go. You gotta go
oh
over the
yeah,
road.
I know, I wrote them down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you live in
yeah, I
too
know.
small of a market. You live in too small of a
Yeah,
market. Too small of a
and
market
that's
to
what I
go
was.
local.
Yeah,
Too small of a market. Now, if you want to come down to Chicago, but then that's a hike every day.
it's about 2 hours.
Where are you at in Wisconsin?
I'm Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I think it's about 2.5 hours.
That's got to be longer than 2. Oh, it might be. Let's see.
It's 155 miles. I'm pretty sure. Let's see.
Yeah, 178 miles,
Yeah,
2 hours.
155 miles, 2 hours and 43 minutes.
So,
I'd be closer to getting to that area than I would be, pushing up towards
so,
Minnesota and
so, so, so,
Minneapolis and the metropolis area. That's
so let's
4 hours
say,
from where
so
I'm
let's
at.
say, so let's say you got a dedicated route here. Nine
Hmm.
times out of 10, you'll be going to Wooddale to pick it up over by Elk Grove Village, Wooddale. Then wherever that route takes you, so you got 3 hours to get to Chicago, run a route, 3 hours to get home. Like a lot of the money that you made is ate up in travel and time.
Yeah.
Time, like, so it's not even worth it. So
No.
like you
And
have to go
I guess I
OTR.
didn't even bring this up to you, but like, my wife works at a hotel. So, and that's one thing she said. She goes like, well, shit, like if you got to go somewhere and you got to go there for a week, 2 weeks to make some money before you come home for a couple days or whatever you need to do, you know,
Not worth it,
obviously,
bro. Not worth it. If you come to Chicago, let's say, to run local, you're averaging about $300 a day, give or take. And how much you spending on a room a night? That doesn't make any sense. Unless you're gonna sleep in a van, but that don't even make any sense
mhm,
either. So like you gotta go over the road. You know what I'm saying? You have to. So as long as you're equipped mentally to go over the road, then go for it.
I will. I will. I figured that was the main option for me. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
What else you got for me, big dog?
Shit, man, I'm nothing, man. I'll get up out and out of here.
All right. You
But
got the
do want
information
to
you
thank you
needed?
for your time, man. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, I got the information I didn't have before, so questions answered. So appreciate it.
Yeah, I appreciate you for being patient. I saw you in the back waiting, so
No, you're good.
all right.
All
Good
right,
luck,
man.
man.
Yeah, peace out. Thanks.
Later. Mhm. All right. Is that it? Is that it? Was anybody? Because there was one other person that called in, but I guess he hung up. I'll let you give you one chance to call. I'll give you a few minutes to call whoever that was waiting patiently in the back, and then after that, I'm gone. Give me something to eat. The night started off kind of rocky, man. Them people was in here. Them people was in here at the beginning, man. I don't know. I might have to put the all black on and slide again because I don't like them coming over here messing with me and stuff. They ain't learned their lesson. I see we gotta go. I see we might have to go part 3. We might have to go part 3 and slide. They came over here sitting in the dark, want to have a conversation. If you don't get out the dark, all right. Who was Buddy? Buddy, somebody was in the back. They called and they was waiting patiently. If whoever that was, if you still watching, you want to call, I'm gonna let you call, and then after that, I'm out. I'll give you a few minutes, whoever it was. Do. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. We was having a conversation in the Discord. That was me, bro. I'll come in next time. You want to come next time? You sure? Was it something that was going to be quick, or was it something that we had to spend some time with? If it was something that was quick, we can talk. If it's something that we gonna spend some time on, then yeah, next time will be better. Hey, Sosa, you doing too much talking. You doing too much talking. Of course, that's how I knew it was one of your favorite content creators that was coming in here. Cause I knew who he was, and then when he switched to an alias, I plucked him out too. Yeah, flipped to an alias, Gmail, and then came in here and done the Mr. Dick 'em down. Like, get your goofy ass on. Of course. Yeah, I know who Mr. Dick 'em down is. He's a content creator, a box truck content creator. Yeah, tractor. Yeah, of course. You already know. That's why they don't come in here. That's why they stopped. Yeah, we know who Mr. Dick 'em down is. Yeah, we know who he is. Mr. Dick 'em down. He know I know because I'm saying it. Now, we keeping that in the kitty just in case we got to slide and then we got to pull up the side by side. You dig what I'm saying? People think when they go like create like a different page and stuff like that, like you got to have a Gmail. So like, listen, ain't nothing but a few little dollars. You know, we spent a few little dollars with the powers that be that know how to, you dig what I'm saying? Anonymous. It's good to have some good anonymous. And then we can find out whatever it is we need to find out. Mr. Dick 'em down. We know who you are. Y'all want to know who Mr. Dick 'em down is? Which box truck content creators? Mr. Dick 'em down. we gonna say that just in case. We always gotta save stuff, so when people get out of line, that's how we spank them. You gotta keep it in the back pocket. Now we'll never divulge that information if they stay you know, in place in line. You get out of line, then we gonna spank you. You get out of line, we gonna spank you. Shit. We losing men in this life. They all be coming. Yeah, I think yeah, man, it's just a lot of emotions, man. A lot of these young guys. I don't know. I was having a conversation with one. Was it either yesterday or the day before in the Discord? I'm just like, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if it's like society has made them this way or what, but man, it's just I don't know. It is interesting. I would love to figure out like how we went from where we were to this and when did it happen, because I didn't see it happening. You know, but I mean, I create content, so I get an opportunity to talk to a lot of different people from different age demographics and different walks of life. So it's I see it, but like, man, when did this transition take place? What time period did it take place? Because this shit is like day and night. This shit like day and night around this camp. Soft as hell out here. You know, so it is what it is. All right. Mike, it was Mike. So Mike said he gonna wait till next time. I didn't do it yet. Well, I didn't even have an interest to do it for that first call, and I actually hung him up a while ago, so it's too late now. But I think, bro, you talking about the guy that was in the dark, or the guy that the guy that was in the dark that never said nothing, or the guy that was in the dark that I was going back and forth with? You say you think bro should get a medical route, start in the car, fill out, save every time. He works a job. He works a full-time job. So I mean that's a good idea. He could do gig apps on the side. I think he did say he signed up for a bunch of gig apps, and I think may did them on the side. But I think ultimately he wants to transition his career from the restaurant industry to logistics. So that's what he wants to do. Let him go for it. It's cool. Yep. Let me see. All right. I think I'm gonna jump into Discord for a little bit while I probably just pop me a pizza in the oven. Now it's kind of late. Probably jump into Discord for a little while. Appreciate everybody for tuned in. To all those people that was in here earlier that got mad when I read that Bible scripture, I'm gonna pray for y'all. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna pray for you because we need you to get out the dark. We need you to get out the dark. We need you to stop being emotional and moist and soft and all this shit. All right. And we're gonna pray for you. Even though you don't believe, we're gonna do it for you anyway. All right. And next time you want to come and you want to challenge me, make sure you got the light on. You're not a real man if you come to challenge a man and you in the dark. Make sure you cut the light on so we can see who you is, coward. Until the next time, I'm out. Peace.